to the stage where hearts unfold in the morning glow, stories untold. Let's play with words, a masterpiece of art where dialogues bloom, igniting every heart. Let's dive into the ocean of thoughts where waves of healing gently salt. Let's paint with words, a masterpiece of art where dialogues bloom, igniting every heart. Let's dive into the ocean of thoughts where waves of healing gently sought. Together we'll mend, stitch by stitch, in the morning glow. Let's make the switch. A symphony of voices, harmonizing the air, echoing truth, banishing despair. Let's sow seeds of unity, watch them grow in this garden of hope under the morning glow. Let's bridge the gaps, erase the line, in the tapestry of hearts let love shine. With every word, a step we take towards a brighter dawn for all our sake. Welcome to the morning glow, where dreams take flight in this realm of possibilities. Let's unite, together we stand, hand in hand, healing the nation across the land. Let's dive into the ocean of thoughts where waves of healing gently sought. Together we'll mend, stitch by stitch, in the morning glow. Let's make the switch. Let's dive into the ocean of thoughts where waves of healing gently sought. Together we'll mend, stitch by stitch, in the morning glow. Let's make the switch. Let's symphony of voices, harmonizing the air, echo.
Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast lineup for you this morning, as I hope and I pray that we always do. I'm not important, just a question asker. My name is Raheem Aljabe out of Atlanta, Georgia, but I got who we got here. I got my brothers from another mother, but we got the same father. First on the line is LJ. Captain Leonard. Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Raheem and the Morning Glow family.
Toussaint. Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Doing well. How you doing?
Hey, doing good, doing good, doing good. Let me see who we got here. Huh? And Badger. Good morning, Badger. How you doing this morning?
Another beautiful and blessed day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to jump right into this wonderful and amazing Monday morning. And I'm going to ask the question. Captain Leonard, I'm going to start off with you, brother. I'm going to start off with you this morning.
Sure.
We on some shaky sword this morning, starting off with Leonard, boy. Ain't no telling what you don't get. Ain't no telling what.
You know what? I'm going to let you slide, Raheem, for a minute or two. Go ahead.
Okay. Leonard, I want you to explain to me the effect, and before we even get to that point, explain to our listeners, for the ones that may not know, what is DEI?
DEI refers to diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Mm-hmm.
It is a program that was created to stem off discrimination,
Mm-hmm.
especially in corporate America.
Mm-hmm.
As you've been working in corporate America during that time, you would have noticed a lot of nations put in positions directors of DEI programs and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what these programs were to do were to keep corporations in alignment so they wouldn't be guilty of discrimination and things like that in human resources and hiring and things of that nature. So they called it diversity, equity, and inclusion
Mm-hmm.
for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
There were government programs created, an office that really looked at the effects that racism had on American societies, particularly in the employment sector.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you remember, people started having a fit. Remember all these educated black women and blah, blah, blah. Well, these were some of the greatest recipients of those benefits as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because just when you start noticing certain black women, I know in the corporation that I worked in that I won't mention, and we a huge officer of the diversity, equity, inclusion office.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it was a black woman who was the director.
Okay.
So that's at the corporate level.
Mm-hmm.
But with a good president like we had before, if you mention, I think I had mentioned this in one of the shows we had a while ago, that this president had ordered all cabinet members and directors and things like that to go in as they were doing their jobs to make sure
Mm-hmm.
that they were doing everything they can to correct
Mm-hmm.
the legacy of racism. Now your new president comes in, he's already put them on suspension.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I'm pretty sure they will be walked straight out the door.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Simply because they work in jobs dedicated to eradicating discrimination.
Mm-hmm. What do you think? What do you think the result of this is going to be? Because a lot of companies actually coming out saying that they're debanding or dismantling or not even supporting DEI anymore. Leonard, what do you think the result of this is going to be?
Well, it has a chain effect,
Mm-hmm.
particularly starting off with one of the hugest arms of the labor protections is with the EEOC.
Mm-hmm.
The EEOC's main job is the equal employment opportunity.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure you all have seen that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was created as a government program to correct discrimination.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're just scrapping the whole thing. They're just, reordering the entire mission as it relates to enforcement of civil rights, making sure that people had civil rights and things of this nature, had the right to, let's say, for instance, if you complain about your employer or what have you, and things of that nature, you usually may have some chain of command or process that you go through.
Mm-hmm.
The process with the federal government was called the Office of Civil Rights,
Yes.
which he is also trying to destroy. Remember before, he
Mm-hmm.
deprioritized everything that the Office of Civil Rights was doing
Mm-hmm.
at that time.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure now he'll try to go for eliminating as much of that office as possible,
Mm-hmm.
since they believe that there's no reason to even enforce this act or to even care about equal employment opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow.
So you have to think about it. I think I was doing the show this weekend. Like I said, don't y'all Negroes with these great government jobs that seek to balance things based on discrimination or what have you?
Mm-hmm.
They're finna get if you haven't been walked out the door already, you're probably next.
Yeah.
Especially if you're on the list of companies that are supporting this move.
Mm-hmm. And truth of the matter, man, there's a lot of. I saw Al Sharpton this weekend. He was actually protesting. He was not necessarily protest. He was gifting Costco's, because he said Costco's is one of the companies that's going to continue the DEI. He's going to continue, and he said, if you support us, we will support you. And he was giving out like $150 gift cards to everybody, that a lot of people that shopped in Costco's, as a way of support.
Right.
Support us.
And what that means is, remember how we used to do, if you shopping at a place, you need to make sure some black folks work there.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't go shop where you're discriminated against in employment.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
This is one of the huge priorities of the civil rights movement.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. Tucson, what do you think about this whole DEI situation? And a lot of companies are saying that they're no longer going to support it, because it was pulled off the table by 47. It was pulled off the table, and now they're saying they're not going to support it, and it's going to hurt a lot of people. A lot of people is going to, like Linda said, going to lose their jobs, man, because there's no program in place to make sure that they don't lose their jobs. Tucson, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me. Good morning. How you doing this morning?
I'm good. I just want to see how this can work out, because it's rough, the whole workforce.
Mm-hmm.
All of the times that we've been operating on a fair basis, all of it is just preventing somebody that's abused
Mm-hmm.
from being discriminated against because of whatever. Because we all different. And when it comes to working, okay, how you feel, what that got to do with the job?
Yeah.
When the
Yeah.
rubber meets the road, put your, as a matter of fact, you set all of that aside. You hire possibly a mouth, but you need hands and feet and the know-how
Mm-hmm.
to do a job. It ain't got nothing to do with how you feel and where you worship at and who you sleep with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's just if you can do the job.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't. I wonder if they gonna hire all of these people back that have been terminated because they treated this person a certain kind of way because of their force.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how that works out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there have been a lot of people. I remember. Let me just say it like this. I remember this man, this person. Let me call him a person now, because for 30-something years they came in and they were. Let's call his name Jim.
Mm-hmm.
And they decided to come in and they, including the bathroom facility, they wanted to be Janet.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody that disagreed with him, you can go to the house.
Yeah.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Because Janet and Jim could do the job.
Mm-hmm.
Leave them alone. So this is gonna be very interesting because we've been operating to the point where don't say that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. I know how you feel, but leave that on the outside of the gate, the workforce.
Yeah. 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 Wow.
Because really, when and I have some things that I don't agree with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was in a position, one of the employees called me and told me that they were getting wedded. Let me say it like that, wedded.
Mm-hmm.
And it was that they needed a few days off. I said, I just put your time in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they were getting wedded to the same gender. That ain't got nothing to do with, matter of fact, they were the lead, work lead.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And I put them there
Mm-hmm.
because they knew how to do the job. They could receive instructions and give them. And then at the same time, they would take care of their part of their assignment as lead.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't agree, but you can do the job. So I ain't got nothing to do with that. Let me put your time in, and I'll see you when you get back.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I wouldn't have handled that like this, and I know my time is up. If I wouldn't have had handled it like that, and I said, "Well, I don't agree with same-sex marriage, and you can't get off," well, this company gonna get sued.
Yeah.
That's because I represent the company.
Mm-hmm.
And this company gets sued, I get terminated, and there it is.
Yeah. Everybody out
now,
of a job and money.
So let's see how this works out.
Mm-hmm.
If this road has been took a turn in the curve.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Let me go to the young lady. We got Badger, and we have I think somebody else on here. Oh! Look at that fella there, Dr. J. He with us this morning. Look at that fella right there. Look at. I got so many screens going on right there, man. I couldn't tell. But let me go to Dr. Cook. Dr. Cook, good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Hey, doing well. Dr. Cook, we're talking about DEI. What is DEI and what is a lot of companies are pulling back because 47 said that, he's no longer supporting DEI. He's no longer supporting it. What is going to be the repercussions from all these companies letting all these people go?
I'm not sure what's going to be the repercussion.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Is it a
you
good?
have a lot on unemployment.
Mm-hmm.
And then once the unemployment ends, I think there's going to be, people committing crimes because
Mm-hmm.
if they can't find jobs, you got to eat, you got to have somewhere to stay.
Mm-hmm.
I think crime rate may increase.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thought. I'm saying based on history, those are things that may happen. Some people may look into starting their own businesses.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of jobs out there, and there are many other things you can do. I would look at it in a positive manner and try to start doing things for myself,
Mm-hmm.
opening up a business. So, but based on history, crime rates normally go up,
Mm-hmm.
which I hope doesn't occur.
Yeah. 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 You got to be real careful. You got to guard. You got to guard your door. Better guard your door, because I'm gonna tell you something. Somebody could be
Yes.
trying to put their foot through your window or something, man, and come inside and take what you have. Not because of the fact that they're necessarily bad people. It's just that they have to provide. They have to have a means. They have to have a means. And if you take it away from them, you force a person. And see, I don't want this to sound like we're giving excuses, because we're not. It's wrong. It's wrong to do that. But put a person in a corner, man. They're gonna come out that corner. Badger, good morning, Badger. How you doing this morning?
Another beautiful day we get to share and learn.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What do you think about this whole DEI and with it coming to an end?
I mean, when I saw that executive order written, I started getting a lot very concerned. Um, because I mean, there's already limitations on many places because of insurance issues, especially when you get into disabilities and other things. But now, it wouldn't surprise me at all if one person has more merits than another and they get overlooked based on race, disability, or some other factor, or even religion.
Hmm. Well, I think that's a part of what the DEI is. So they can't get overlooked. It was a policy that was
Correct.
in place.
Right. It's diversity, equality, and
And inclusion.
inclusion.
Yes. Hmm.
And it's that was the man. And then you add in restoring freedom of rights and getting rid of federal censorship.
Hmm.
It's gonna I'm as a board member for a nonprofit, there is a lot of concern. Like
Hmm.
it is very how it's almost like he did it to benefit the companies. So when they did have a racist manager or a biased manager or whatever kind of manager, district manager, so on, that they could be sued
Hmm.
for that kind of treatment
Mm.
and things of that nature. Well, I don't know if that's going to be allowed anymore.
No.
So you can't hold people accountable.
Mm-mm.
So I don't know what it's going to look like in the future. Oh, and I I'm trying to do my best to do as Dr. Cook said, you know, find a way to be positive about it and all that stuff. And I want to see people create more businesses and different things of that nature. And it's going to be an adventure. And
Hmm.
I really hope people keep their anger in check.
It's gonna be tough, brother. It's gonna be tough.
I don't disagree. What if we react, I feel it's going to make everything a lot more worse than anything else.
Hmm. Stanley. Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, man. I'm doing all right for an old fella.
Well, I'm trying to find the
How
old
y'all?
fella. Trying to find the old fella. But we
He
talk.
don't know. He don't know they're on the phone.
Okay, all right. We talking about the DEI and the impact that it's going to and that is having already. And it's been the positive spin about it is what everybody is saying this morning is, it'll give everybody an opportunity to, create their own jobs and different things like that, and go into business for themselves, which is a good thing. But Stanley, if everybody's losing their regular quote unquote jobs and nobody have any money, what lies that benefit?
It's gonna mess a lot of folks up, man. Like I say, it's gonna have some benefits, but in the long run, it's gonna hurt because it's not going to create a lot of equality for folks.
Yeah.
And what folks are looking at as well. And he's already having a negative impact. I was talking to some people yesterday as far as the January the 6th impact. You have people already mad at him because of the pardons that he did for the people on January the 6th. You have some law enforcement folks that voted for him, but when he pardoned the people that was involved in January 6th, that hurt the law enforcement people. Like, man, these people, some people got killed doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so now you got folks that are upset about that. And what a lot of folks are not looking at, and I know I'm gonna get off the subject for 1 second, the ICE raids. Over the weekend, they've arrested or deported or attempted to deport 1,300 people already over the weekend. All right, what's going to happen with that is you got who's going to pick the fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
Who's going to cook the fruits and vegetables? Who's going to serve the fruits and vegetables? Who's going to do all this stuff? Once all this stuff comes to fruition over the next year, everything is going to go up. So if you don't have a garden, I advise you to start one. If you're not raising a couple of animals, if you don't eat meat, there's no problem, but you need to have a garden. But if you don't have a goat or a pig or a cow or some type of animal that you eat, I advise you, to either raise one or know somebody that does raise one so you can start buying your own meats, or know somebody that has a farm or garden so you can start getting your own fruits and vegetables, man, because within the next 12 to 18 months, it's going to get ridiculous.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And people are not thinking long term because we're not even 30 days into the presidency right now, and we're already looking at these problems that these things are starting to cause. So you imagine 90 days, 180 days, 12 months from now, with some of the stuff that we're talking about, it's going to be some major problems.
Absolutely.
Down the road. So we really need to start, thinking outside the box and start preparing for some of this stuff. Let's come. So.
And truth of the matter, this is just day 7, man. This is the beginning of day 7. The first week.
That's what I'm talking.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking. I'll tell my son over the weekend, if nothing else, I can eat fish for the rest of the year.
Yeah, exactly.
Plenty of fish. Plenty of fish in the pond.
Man, I got plenty of fish in my freezer, man. If y'all ever want to shout, and I'm pretty good at pulling a fish or two out the water. So if y'all want to shout, man, let me know, man. I ship you a couple of fish or something, man. You have to clean them yourself. I ain't gonna clean them for you, but I send them to you. I sure send them to you. But see, the thing about it,
people get serious.
Oh yeah.
I'm laughing, but it's fixed to really, really get serious, man. And we really got to come together and start strategizing, man, because people are not taking this thing. So we're in day 7, and it's really, really going to get serious. I was a friend of mine called me yesterday. It was down there. ICE was in Augusta, Georgia yesterday with some roads blocked off.
Wow.
This thing is going to get real.
Yep. Oh yeah.
It's going to get real. Yeah. They closed a restaurant down in Cairo, Georgia yesterday. A friend of mine down there. These people were really upset. It's a family-owned restaurant. These people don't bother anybody. A friend of mine said when she was pregnant, this family fed her when she was pregnant, took care of her. They closed this restaurant down yesterday, man. Got those folks out of there. Boom, they gone.
Wow. Just like that.
Shut it down. Just like that. They gone.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's going to get crazy now.
Oh yeah, and it's going to be sooner than what a lot of people think. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Let me go to who else I got here? Annie from Mississippi. Hey, Dr. J, I'm trying to make my way to you, brother, but they keep because I know you got some stuff. I can see you. I can see your frame, boy. You got something on your mind right now, so I can see you. Annie from Mississippi. Good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. Great morning. God morning to everybody.
Annie, we're talking about DEI and how they're shutting it down, and all these companies are or pulling them back from it. They say they're no longer going to support it, and it's hurting a lot of people because it's not going to allow people to get the fair treatment that they need. Like Stanley just said, ICE they're deporting. They're going through. They're doing their swoops right now, and they're deporting people. And where's they going to leave us?
It's going to leave us exactly where Trump planned on doing it in the first place. Make America white again. He want to give these low-income jobs to the black people because we have no business in his mind being in certain positions, holding certain offices. So he removed the Mexican people to put the black people there instead. And he's going to the D.E.I and getting rid of that because many people, were hired, based on fairness, and he don't want that. So, and yesterday, for the people in the back, he said the economy is the last thing on his mind. Well, I remember about a month ago, he said on day one, he gonna make eggs cheaper.
Yeah.
My eggs was $11 yesterday, $11 and some change. So for the people that pop up on this show that was stumping for Trump, I hope you're happy. For the people out there that's in the audience that's listening, I hope you're happy because you got exactly what you voted for. You could not handle a black woman. And I don't care what nationality she may be and all the other stuff, all the craziness. But I know one thing about her. She was planning on uniting the country. And what you see now was not on her list of things to do. She was going to make it better for us and make it fair for us and tax the rich. Well, not anymore. You didn't want no black woman over you, so here's what you wanted, and here's what you got. So prepare to do this, go through this for the next 4 years. As if that wasn't bad enough, now the Senate comes along and wants to introduce a bill for Trump to run for a third term, but not Obama. See, this is the kind of stuff you get when you vote for a clown. You put your red nose on, you put your floppy shoes on, you sit back and you enjoy the show because you made it happen.
Wow. Okay. Dr. J, talk to me, brother. We're talking about this DEI, man, and all the stuff that's going on and how it's going to impact in a not so positive way the society and truth of the matter, our community, man. It's not going to be a positive impact at all on our community. What do you say to that, brother?
Yeah. That's a tough act to follow first. I mean, you put me on after Anna, because I think different, Raheem. And by no means, by no means am I going to go to the circus. I didn't buy the ticket. I don't support the circus. By no means. But I know what struggle is. People control through fear. I'm not saying anybody afraid. I'm saying when COVID hit, there were more businesses built during COVID. During a time where people had to isolate themselves, they became creative. And again, please, it's just my way of thinking, man. And I think different. I've always thought different. Isolation brings on appreciation. It's being isolated that you get a chance to find out your creativity. Me, myself, I don't support the things that are going on. I pray for the people that are suffering the losses. I do. But at the same time, we're in a great position because we get to see really how bad things are. What are we going to do about it as a people? What are we going to start? Because we could shut things down. We really can. We could shut some things down. When Cadillac was going out of business, we brought it back. You know what bothers me? I see too many Bentleys. I see too many Rolls Royce, this, that, and other. And Lord knows I plan to have one. You know, because his will is for me to prosper, be in good health, even as my soul prosper. So I'm not going to be a poor broke preacher, right? But here's the problem I have with that. We support foolishness. We'll spend our money in foolishness, and we'll focus on foolishness. Give me one example that we as a people tried. What have we failed at? Nothing. Every time they set up obstacles, we overcome the obstacles. This is just another obstacle that we're going to overcome. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some heartaches, some breaks, some losses on all of our parts. None of us is going to be exempt. But there's nothing these people have done to stop us from being who we are. And we always say
this question. Why do they keep moving the goalpost?
Because they're afraid of you. You keep getting close. Here's the thing. It's all in the Bible. And people say it's all in the word. If you look at the children of Israel, when they got ready to cross over into the promised land, the Bible say that it was fortified. There was a big wall built up. Why? It wasn't to keep the people in. It was to keep the people out who was coming. These folks see you coming. And that's the only way I can see it, man, is don't take the negative negatively. You got to take it positively. We are equipped to shut everything down. And I will never think opposite of that. We control everything. Unfortunately, we got some people that don't want to learn that. We got to start some communities. We got to start some things in our neighborhoods. We got to teach people first. It don't make sense for me to open up a school if I'm not going to teach people how to think differently. First, I got to convince you. I got to get you to come to the place that, you know what? You're not the worst. You're not the dumbest. You're not the saddest. And how do you do that? You start it at home. It's not going to be an overnight process. These folks are only trying to rule by fear. I refuse to fear them. God is in control of everything. I don't care what it is. God is in control. And sometimes God allowed things to happen so that we could stand up as a people and do something about the things we've seen. And it's going to take more than prayer, but it's going to take a mindset that, you know what, we will not be stopped or overtaken. It is our time and season to run things. And we just have to, the kingdom of heaven suffer violent, and the violent take it by force. We ain't violent enough. We ain't been mistreated enough. And I'm not down with that.
Wow.
Right? But I'm saying,
you say we have not been mistreated enough.
Till we get to the, let me ask you something, Raheem. Let somebody knock you down. You get up with more force than you went down with. I'm not saying that they need to mishandle us. I'm not saying that at all. Please. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying until you get to the place that you had enough, we'll deal with them jokers. I'm not afraid of them.
My thing is, and we got brother Pete and Cap on the line as well. I'm gonna go to both of them. But my thing is this right here. I hear what you're saying, brother, but at the same time, I know there has been a history of mistreatment. We've been mistreated. We've been mistreated for as long as I can remember. We've been mistreated, and so let's do something about it. I don't think I need no more mistreatment.
No, and I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, but if I've been mistreated, as long as I've been mistreated, I had enough of them. I'm not going to sit here and talk about y'all no more. Get up off of me.
Yeah,
I'm not worried about that no more. I'm ready to fight.
Okay. I understand. I understand your point now. Let me go to brother Pete. Brother Pete, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning? Cap, coming to you next.
Yes, sir.
Top of the morning, DKM radio panel, listening audience, social media family, and to my dear brother that was just freaking. Appreciate you, brother. Your heart, mind, and spirit. I love you, brother. Stay on mission. Yes, sir. How we doing this morning?
Hey, doing good. We're talking about this whole DEI and the impact that it's going to have. Your 47 has done away with a lot of companies are saying they're not honoring it any longer, and they're pulling back from it or cutting it out. What do you think the result is going to be?
This is the mental vision that I see right now is a wild horse and someone who is inexperienced in taming a wild horse, attempting to get on the back of the wild horse and go for the ride. That's what this whole this is going to be an experience, obviously, and a wild ride. We need to take what my brother was saying. Take courage. Listen, what seems to be so negative is empowering. At this point, we as an ethnicity and a nation as a whole, but definitely us as an ethnic group, should understand that the melanated folk in this country, we have been taught to conform and perform against what is within our personal and collective best interests. Many to most to almost all of what we think is right is wrong. And so much that we think is wrong is right. And when it comes to you, you find yourself being aggravated and frustrated within yourself, mentally, emotionally, when you're confronted with these truths because of how you've been conditioned and your education and how you've been taught, unfortunately. Every day, we as an ethnic group pawn off our sweat equity. We empower every ethnicity over here and thereby the world by our expenditures through our daily living right from our community. It's time for a change. D.E.I, we should have been on some D.E.I a long time ago. What are you talking about? This is giving us an opportunity. If the eggs cost too much, well, then it's time to start raising chicken. What are you talking about? See, we look at stuff the wrong way. It ain't no need to get really angry or afraid. It's time for us to get back to being who we are and understanding you're my brother and I'm your brother and you're my sister and you know you're my sister. Come on now. I'm your brother, you my sister, that's my mama, that's my auntie. We family. Let's correct the mess, pick your boots up, strap them up, double lace them bags up. And then let's get to the work. Let's do what we got to do, what we've been needing to do. Let's stop making excuses. Let's don't accept no excuses. It's not even about the political game because if you control your economics, you control your politics. How long are we going to be infants in this game that they playing in this country? How long are we going to act like children, babies in diapers with pacifiers in our mouth? And the brother just told you we got everything that we need. We've always had everything that we've needed. We've never put it together and used it exclusively to our benefit with no explanation. Okay, family, y'all ready? It ain't even about no violence and all of that. This man is with the track that he's treading, he's getting ready to turn the whole world against America if he ain't careful. You're going to make enemies out of everybody. And then what you going to do? Because who going to fight for him? You fighting? We'll fight if they bring the fight here. Who's signing up to go anywhere? Congress? Because y'all going to be first on the list. Are you tough-talking bad characters? Yeah. Y'all get you a pistol and get you a rifle and a vest and a hat and let me see you go over there and fight. Oh, now you got all these issues like you can't do it. Hey, man, enjoy the ride. Don't be scared. It's time for your family to get together. When the last time you talked to your brother? Call him up. When the last time you talked to your mama? Who you need to confront and deal with to get past the issue so that y'all can set the path, the trod, the lay the lane to grow the vegetables. What? Come on now. That's what time it is. We don't be afraid of none of this stuff. This is a blessing if we understand it. It's creating more opportunities for us. I don't even support the dude. But I'm not afraid of them. I'm not looking at none of this stuff as negative. You want to tear down your position, keep doing what you're doing because you're weakening yourself. Why are we not strengthening ourselves? Like at this point, we should be looking at the state of Mississippi and saying, we should take that ass up. Everybody finna go there and buy land and build and we should take it. And push y'all out. Let's play by their rules. All right.
Okay. Hey,
love DKM Radio Morning Glow.
Hey, everybody got their take on it. Everybody got their take. Let me go to Captain. Captain, what's on your heart? Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning, Captain?
Hey. Good morning and God morning to the Morning Glow family. How you doing, brother?
Hey, doing good. Good to have you back with us, brother. Definitely good to have you back. Good to hear your voice this morning. What do you think about this whole DEI situation?
Man, listen, Pete had me so geeked, man. I didn't know what to do, man. I ain't been feeling this way since Lincoln died. God, dog, Pete. My man's in him. I almost ready to say, shoot, let me shut up and vote for Pete. You know, but the man that was born before Brother Pete stimulated Brother Pete, and Pete stimulated me. I totally agree. A couple of things I'd like to say right here. We do too much. Listen to me. We do too much telling white folks about our business. Y'all don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me, family. It's the truth. We've been on this show for several years. This show has covered every aspect, in my personal opinion, of the plight and the condition and the mindset of Black people. So if I was a white person and I just want to know something about you folk, I just get on the Morning Glow. Lord, I didn't know y'all thought like that. I didn't know y'all did that. I didn't know this about y'all. Because even though they may have shows, they don't get into the depths of their thinking. I've never heard a white show talk about white privilege. I know there's some extreme white shows out there, but I have not on a constant basis. White folks telling us about white folks' problems. And we white people ain't doing this. And we white folks need to do this. And I don't get this show. They keep their business to themselves because in the book that I have, and I know Pete got it, it's called The Art of War. The Art of War. War is an art. You said it before, Brother Ryan. They ain't playing chess. They ain't playing checkers.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Bill, listen, Biden and Donald Trump is playing pot and cards like they playing spades. They're playing spades with pot and cards. No president have used the pot and game as much as Donald Trump is Biden. I'm sure Obama and Clinton and the other fellas sitting there saying, man, I didn't pardon that many people. He didn't understand that when you have power, power concedes to nothing without a demand. So I like what Pete said. If we were doing anything on this show, anything, and all we was talking about, Pete, I like what you said. So what we're going to do, we're going to organize the brothers and where you at, okay? Let's get about 500. Okay, Cap, just come on down. We organize a brother because we can clean up the community. First thing we got to do, we got to catch that drug problem. See them drug dealers getting out of hand. Well, man, I agree with you. Let's get rid of the drug dealer. Let's clean up the community. Let's make the brothers responsible to take care of their women. And that way we don't have to worry about the child support changes that Donald Trump is making. Man, I like that. But why don't we come over here? We got farmers over here. We need to support the farmers. Man, I got a truck. Let's take the vegetables down from the south to the north. Man, I like that. Well, why don't we talk about this whole private school stuff that we talk about, taking and training our own children? Man, we got to teach our children training. Well, you know, I'm a painter, I'm a plumber. Matter of fact, I can use skills, brothers, and I can teach them how to. See, when they hear us organizing, them Negroes is organizing. They don't care what they do. Let me say what the brother said. There's an old joke. He said a man was traveling down in the South, and he was seen a man in a rocking chair. And the man said to the guy in the rocking chair, he said, sir, how you doing? Hey, my friend. He said, can I get a glass of water? I've been walking here, knocking on doors, selling these vacuum cleaners. He said, sure, buddy. The man gets out the rocking chair to go get the man a glass of water. And the man noticed there was an old hound dog laying right next beside the man's rocking chair. But the hound dog was moaning. And he kept moaning and kept moaning. So when the man came back with the rocking, with the water, he said, excuse me, sir. He said, I noticed your dog right there. He's sitting there, he's moaning. He said, oh, yeah. He said, the daggone fool is laying on a nail coming up through the board. He said, he laying on a nail. Yeah. He said, why is he still on the nail? He said, oh, 2 reasons. Either he's too lazy to get off the nail, or he ain't suffered enough. That's us. People come in our community here, black people moaning. Oh, the Jews is doing this, the Asians is doing this, the white man doing this. Why are you moaning, black people? Either you're too lazy to do something for yourself, or you ain't suffered enough. So don't get mad when God gives you somebody to make you suffer enough. You don't get off that old rusty nail. Donald Trump is the man that's going to make you suffer enough. You're going to get so tired of suffering, you're going to get off your rusty back behind and do something for yourself. I love it like pizza. I love it.
Good deal. Good deal.
When that man was closing out in prayer, let me say this, I'm going to give it to you. When they was closing out in prayer, and I told this to you, I said, he had 3 people that Donald Trump let close out in prayer at his inauguration. Y'all was looking at it. The first guy was a rabbi. When the rabbi came to the podium, he was supposed to close out in prayer. That was called a benediction. But you preachers know what a benediction is. That was everything but a benediction. And the rabbi, Jew, he took advantage because he knew when he walked to that rostrum, he was talking to the world. So he opened up his book. He had a plain book. He had a message, and he had a plan. And he talked about the Jewish state of Israel agenda. He laid down Israel's agenda, even though he was supposed to give the benediction. And here we come, all black Christians. The brother came up. He didn't have a piece of paper in his hand. And you know what the brother did? He gave them the Martin Luther King speech. I had a dream. I sit there and looking at him, and here we are before the world, brother. Black brother Christian, you before the world, man. Give the black agenda. Tell them that we tired of young men being shot down in the street by the police. Yes, we tired of that. He didn't do it. He gave the Martin Luther King speech, and he thought he did a wonderful job. Everybody dappered him. When he had to leave out, he didn't know what exit to leave out. Then here come the Catholics. He opened up. He had a message. He read he read the Pope's agenda. And then he prayed. Now I say to y'all on this show, what does that tell you? They're not playing with Donald Trump. That man, the Jews gave their agenda, Catholics gave their agenda, and all we did was like the grasshopper. We flop around, look like we happy. Here come the grasshopper, I ain't so happy. But when wintertime comes, he ain't prepared a doggone thing for himself, and he died.
Wow. Good deal. Good deal.
My mind.
Good deal. Good. Keep this thing going. Good deal. Good deal. Let's go to Curtis McNeil. Curtis McNeil, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning? Curtis, you there?
Hey. Yeah, I'm in that just mute button.
Okay.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, doing good, doing good. Talking about this situation with the DEI, and a lot of companies are pulling back. And 47, he said he's not going to support it any longer. It's going away. He's wrote it all. No more DEI. Curtis, what do you think the impact? Because a lot of people say that it's a good thing that is no longer there. How do you feel about it?
People,
come on.
Folks better stop being so doggone ignorant.
What do you mean?
Stop being so ignorant.
Well, tell me what you mean.
DEI is a direct result of them taking away affirmative action. That's all DEI is. DEI is the replacement for affirmative action. Affirmative action. The sad reality is the same folks that saying that oh, we don't need it anyway. It's the same folks that benefited from DEI. What folks need to be paying attention to in all reality is the fact that you are losing your civil rights. My God. Are we that ignorant in 2025? Or are we so smart that we dumb? White women have benefited from DEI more than anybody on this planet. Latinos, Latinx, whatever you want to call them, they have benefited from DEI more than anybody on this planet. All DEI do is open a door for you. It don't push you in the door. It don't guarantee you anything. The only thing it does is open a door. It means, you know what? We want diversity. We welcome it. We are going to at least interview you. Ain't nobody getting hired as a result of DEI. You know what? Let me put it like this right here. These are the same people that said that Kamala Harris got where she got as a result of DEI. Oh, forget the fact that he went to one of what is considered one of the greatest HBCUs on the planet. Oh, let's forget the fact that that very same HBCU put out more doctoral recipients, high quality doctoral recipients than any college on the planet. Oh, let's forget about the fact that she was the attorney general of the largest state attorney general's office in America. Oh, we gonna forget about that. Oh, you know what? Let's forget about the fact that she was in state politics at the local level ever since graduating from college. Oh, we're gonna forget about that. Oh, we're gonna forget about the fact that she was in federal government, straight from state government, straight from local to state to federal. Oh, we're gonna forget about all that. She was just a DEI hire. Man, folks need to go on stop with that foolishness, man. All the same while they want y'all to believe and stand on DEI is not a good thing, but at the same time, they want you to accept that this man just told you, I give you my heart.
Good deal. Good deal.
Man, you better go get in the clown car with that foolishness, man.
Captain Leonard, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me.
Well, it's a lot of opinions, but coming from a person who really does the best that they can to make it, I don't need nobody that's gonna make it harder for people like me. I don't care about wishes, idealism, any of that when it comes to people being able to provide for their families. Now, some of us have been targeted for a long time, so it's not going to be a whole lot, different for us because we've been making it. But then there are some of us who stand to lose everything. So we have to be considerate. This world, I already told you all, this world utopia thing y'all got going ain't gonna happen. Everybody not gonna like everybody, but we gotta coexist and we gotta live together. This start all over thing,
No, that's not going to work. Too many people are living decent lives and doing the best they can and doing what they're supposed to do. Everybody don't want to stop doing what they're doing to join your party.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very respectful of people's rights and their right to freedom and their pursuit of happiness, regardless of race, color, or creed.
What is your stance on this whole DEI situation? Is it a good or a bad thing that is going away? Is it what is your whole thought on it?
DEI is still necessary. DEI is just a modern way of saying affirmative action.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not aware of what it really is, these ignorant white folks will have you believe it's about being gay.
Mm.
And it's not. It's to keep people from throwing away your application because you black.
Mm-hmm.
It's to keep people from being, think about it. You go to you people who are in corporate America. You see black faces at the table. There was a time when they weren't there. You know why they weren't there? Because people kept them, white folks kept them out of there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So everything that America has been doing since the early civil rights legislation acts began is trying to equal the playing field.
Yeah.
So that they do, just like they integrated school, they integrated the economy and the workforce.
Mm-hmm.
You got some folks that you good enough to pick it, but you're not good enough to sit at the table to talk about procuring the land and all these types of things.
Mm.
So they want a working class subservient to them, making little pay where they never can reach and break that ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the white women are fine with that because they don't suck more than anything to get a job.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you got it. They got so bold. Remember when sexual harassment became a big deal?
Mm-hmm.
Before you men were just, when all the men was in charge, guess what? Sexual harassment was okay. Because they all pretty much were the same type of people. You get what you deserve. See, I'm not with that mindset that believes that I'm going to force somebody to do something by increasing pain on them.
Mm.
Because you can't control the response. The response is not going to be, oh, you know what? I'm going to have to go get a job and I'm going to have to do. No, that's not what the response is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I know you all think that's what it, oh, now y'all will learn how to act since you got this man. That's not how it's going to be. Murder is going to increase. Robbery is going to increase.
Yes, it is.
All those things that we try to keep from happening have a possibility to happen more often. Because what? People will be more upset. They will be angrier. Imagine an angrier people. Imagine an angrier people than Americans.
Mm. More angry
Come
than
on
they
now.
are.
All
More
this
angry
stuff
than they
that
already are.
if I put pressure on you, you gonna do better? No, that's not usually how it works. It's gonna break is what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay.
So all that that's I'm gonna try to put it the best way I can.
Mm-hmm.
Because I still hear a white man in a whip in a lot of people's conversation. And I don't care for it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think you're going to whip people into submission, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to kill you back.
Wow. Let me do this. I'm going to pull my timer out because I know this is a conversation that a lot of people have a lot to say on it. So I'm pulling my 3-minute timer out. We're going to hit that timer and everybody keep your comments within that 3-minute time frame if you don't mind doing so for me. Let me go to Annie from Mississippi. Annie from Mississippi, talk to me, sis. What's on your heart?
I don't know if everyone out here know that this DEI that Trump is trying to remove. It is also he also got rid of the first black pilots in the Air Force training. He removed that video out of that training. It's not a part of that training anymore. So when I see these type of things right here going on right here, Trump came through the door going after the Mexicans. We get that. We knew he was gonna do it anyway. So after he succeeded in all of that, he's gonna come after us. He's gonna make things hard for African American people. Now, as a realtor, we've already been semi-told about the rental, the HUD forms, people renting with HUD. We've already got the email on, there's going to be a change on that. Now, the change in my mind is going to be that they're no longer going to give you a HUD voucher for X numbers of years like they once upon a time have done. And you go back every year to see is your income the same. I believe that this new thing on the Trump is going to be that they have about 6 months, maybe 6 to 8 months, to be on this HUD form and use it as a form of paying for their rent, and after that, it's going to be totally on them. See, he's going to come after us in monetary type ways, and he's going to do all he can to hurt us and keep us down. Now, I get what everybody on here is saying. I understand everybody's perspective. That's all good and or good and fine. But after the Mexicans, after he get rid of all of them, he's going to come after us. So we might as well get ready for it because it's going to happen. This is what his plan was all along. He lied. He told people what they wanted to hear. And even people in his own party said, Trump told them if you say it long enough, they'll believe it. And sure enough, they believe it. They fell for the okie doke twice. Not once, but twice. And this time, he's going to show you who he is with the gloves off. His son, I sent a message out last night on Twitter. Something pertaining to, if you think it's worse, it's going to get much worse. Believe that. And then he erased it. Then he took it down. But somebody had screenshotted it.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you right now, you might as well get ready for it. You might as well prepare. I know everybody have their own spin on things. And like I said, I understand that. But this man is evil. You can pray over him. You can pray over him and try to change him. Only God can change this man. But this man got to want to change. Because like somebody said earlier, the vision they have is like a wild horse. That's what he is. He's a clown. A whole clown. And anything he can do to make black
30 seconds.
Or brown skin or any other. Am I out of my time?
Yeah, 30 seconds. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go on. No. I'm going to start right here.
Okay. Let's keep this thing going. Cassandra Alexander Green. Good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Good morning.
Cassandra, we're talking about the DEI, and they're stopping it. A lot of companies are not honoring it. 47 said, he's rated off. It's no longer existence. You don't have to honor that anymore. And a lot of companies are really pulling back on it. What do you think about that, Cassandra? Is that a good thing or bad thing, or is it just some other things that's down the pike that's going to happen? That's going to be that could be detrimental to our community.
No, it is definitely meant to be detrimental. That's why I have been trying to tell people, even during when it was time for people to vote, I was posting, this man is not your friend. This man will do nothing to try to better life for everybody in America. He is focused only on what his plans are, which is the Project 2025 plan. And I kept telling people, read that 2025 plan because he is playing by the playbook. He is operating by the playbook. Everything that they said in 2025, that Project 2025, he is putting it in place. The fact that he is doing DEI, who does that affect the most? I mean, people are. There is nothing good that this man is going to do for everybody. Why would you take out something that helps everybody have a fair chance? It is not based on merit. It will never be based on merit because there are white companies and white corporate executives and white hiring people. They will not hire us now because they don't have to. The only reason blacks were getting a chance, y'all can pretend like, oh, well, if you qualify, that's a lie from the pits of hell. You can be the most qualified person in the interview that comes in for interview. And these people that are racist and white supremacists, they are not going to hire you. Don't fool yourself. It's going to be based on merit. That's a lie. And then they're stopping the civil rights. They backed up. Man, boy, we're in for a rocky ride. And we can keep playing, just like Annie said. But that man is evil. I've said it. I wouldn't even call his name. You know that. He is evil. And his intentions are evil.
Cassandra, is there any way, you know, I got my time on, you got a little more minute left. Is there any way that this whole thing could come back and help us?
No. How? The only way it's going to help us is if we start pulling together. Malcolm X once said, the thing that is going to make black people, white people, do right by black people is when we come together and we fight against them. And I'm not talking physical fight, but I don't rule that out because if it gets stupid, if it keeps getting stupid.
30 seconds.
Wow. I'm just saying, it's not going to be any good for us. You can pretend, act like you.
Good deal. Cap, talk to me. Talk to me, Cap.
Man, oh man, I forgot what this show represented. I ain't been on this so long, Brother Roddy.
Yes, sir.
Man, you know, I mean, to hear the great Dr. Leonard and my sister and Brother Curtis, I guess everybody stick to the script. I'm so sorry, y'all. I didn't stick to the script. It's been a while since I've been on, but I just kind of feel, Brother Raheem, I'm trying to keep it 100, you know, it just is not a shock. I can't understand why it's a shock to us. I mean, Donald Trump has been consistent, and I'm not mad at him. He never hid what his agenda was. You know, we just didn't believe it was his agenda. Now he's in a position of power. We mad because he's executing his agenda? No. I thought he gave us a heads up. That's what I thought about him. I thought before he was elected, when he was charged, I thought that was an opportunity for black people to get themselves. That's in the ghetto, it's called a heads up. No, man, I'm going to give you a heads up. When Donald gets in the power, man, I'm going to tell you what he's going to do. What the hell he's saying he's going to cut the price of chicken? Well, I'm giving you a heads up. Donald said he's going to cut. Man, I'm going to get all the chicken I can get right. That's called a heads up. I'm sitting here surprised. He gave us a heads up. But you know what happened? There was a lot of people who didn't believe that old boy was going to make it. There were people. So they didn't prepare. But the Christians, the good Bible quoting Christians, they knew because their Bible told them that the scripture in the Revelation said there would be wars and rumors of wars. Nations shall rise up against nations. Fathers against sons, mothers against daughters. But that's just the beginning of sorrows. Whoa! That's just the beginning. We're looking at just the beginning of sorrows. In the book of Daniel, you look at Belshazzar. Christians, y'all got it in your book. I love the Bible too. And Belshazzar, man, was glorifying his position. And he was bragging. He had 1,000 of his noble men, and they would just, you know, you the man, Bill Chester, you the man, Donald, you the man. I'm sorry, Bill Chester. And as he was glorifying and praising himself in pride, handwriting was on the wall. And he didn't understand it, so he had to go and get Daniel. But somebody had to tell him about Daniel. Said, your father Nebuchadnezzar handed these to his peasant. Yeah, I forgot about it, but thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
But anyway, we need to just follow this our script and our playbook. Our script and our playbook is the Bible. Our script and our playbook is the Quran. Let's stick to our script and our playbook. And I think that man would be less of a problem than a flea on an elephant.
Good deal.
That's what's on my heart.
Good deal. Toussaint, talk to me, brother. Brother Pete, coming to you next. Toussaint, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Talk to me.
I just gotta get out this corner that I'm gonna return to.
Let's go. Let's go.
There are some things that I want to say that I'd like to say, but time's gonna run out. I'm gonna be. Let me just throw this out here. Okay. You disrupt the workforce as we know it. You're already putting people out. Whether they legal or look like they legal. Do you know how what happens to a person when they look like a certain person, or they look guilty, or they resemble somebody, and you get the wrong person? I wonder who will be picking all of that, them working in their fields. Let me tell you about all these. Let me just say these. Man, I wish you make me suffer. I wish you would, and I understand, and I really do. But see, we're not. Oh Lord, let me not say that. Because all these Hebrews out here that are actually the true Hebrews can't speak a lick of nothing. They can't speak good English. But all of a sudden, everybody want to be God's chosen people, but nobody acts like God. Ain't got no godliness in them. And I know that God has a way of chastising those that he loves. But that ain't got nothing to do with you loving him. Because if you love him, you do what he say. We got a problem with that. So I'm just trying to figure out what it's going to look like. Push all these people out. Now you got some more people you're pushing out. Now you got to get rid of this, and you get rid of this. Who's going to take these places? And then you put a tariff, tax on imports and exports and all that kind. Who do you think going to pay that?
All them terrorists.
Now, I work in a place that the person that sweeps the floor get paid $20, and everybody else get more than that. Every day, people walk in here. Some of them look like you, and they don't want to make $20. And you finna try to make them make 6, 7. Come on, I must be stupid. I'm the stupid one. Wow. I'm gonna put a sign on me say something.
30 seconds.
I know some of you. Yeah, I know how much time I got left. I be timing myself. They don't catch me right here. Not today.
I got you. Good deal. Brother Pete, talk to me, brother.
It's facts and truth. The D.E.I. affirmative action, yes. Listen, family, we got too comfortable as a people and went to sleep. I'm not in allegiance with none of this nonsense that these folks are doing, but I still think we're looking at it the wrong way. If they don't want us here, then we should go over here. We should have been understood that 40 years ago. We went to sleep. You got too comfortable in your little creature comforts and your education and all this other nonsense that don't relate to power at all. And now it's coming back to slap you upside the head. We should have been on mission to build power. We should have been two separate nations a long time ago, living right here in context. They don't want you working? quit and go start your own. But it takes us having the mindset to be self-determined. Stop. What is wrong that we don't understand self-determination? Yes, if it has to be loss of life, then doggone it, let's get that started. Like, what part of this whole thing are we uncomfortable with? Are we nervous about? It should be nothing, because we should be doing what we need to do, what is within our best interest. If they take away a job, then it's mandatory that we create a job. Collectively, we create a job. They don't want you to work. If you get rid of our people in the federal government, then what are we doing supporting anything concerning the federal government or conforming to anything concerning the federal government? What is wrong with you? So get your mind right. Get your focus right. Yeah, it's going to potentially be some real hardship. That's why we got to get together and make that hardship easier.
Mm-hmm.
And if it turns physical, it turns physical. The man is setting up a stage that looks like the whole world is going to have an issue with America. Okay, well, maybe I'm wrong. But if that's the case, then what? So I'm saying self-determination. We shouldn't be banking with none of the banks. No way. Where's our bank? Where is the industry? Where's the subject matter? Where's the issue? Where's the financial foundational structure in education, social, economic, educational, that can take care of all of us that we've created? Answer that question. Where is that? What is that? It does not exist. Now that's on us. That ain't on nobody else. So all I'm saying is, let's look at it from that standpoint. They're going to do whatever they got to do to maintain their power and maintain it over you. What are you going to do to break their power? I'm not asking you to give me nothing. I've been ready to take it a long time ago. It ain't enough of us that's ready to take it. I don't want to sit down at a table with a bunch of hooligans and negotiate with them. Go to the meeting ready to kill everybody in the meeting.
30 seconds. Mm-hmm.
You ain't got to kill them all, but go there prepared to kill them all if necessary. Get your mind right.
Good deal. Good deal. Dr. J, talk to me, sir. 3 minutes. Let's do it.
Again, I agree with the brother. I'm not saying add another nail to the wood. I'm saying if you're not going to remove the nail, don't complain about it. We've been proven as a people that we are successful in any and everything we do. If you're not going to change, I'll change, right? I'm not going to get on here and take this time, waste your time, my time, and the time of other people to whine about how bad they are. I know that they are what they are. I don't disagree with how we feel about them. I just refuse to talk about it. I'd rather talk about solution than the problem. The problem exists. The problem always exists. But for me, I know too many people. I'm listening on here. I'm hearing too many intelligent people, man. I'm hearing too many people who have the ability and have the wisdom to bring about a change. So what I'm going to sit here and speak about the foolishness, because that's what it is foolishness to me. That's what folks do. And it's not a black thing. It's not a white thing. It's a people thing. You know, unfortunately, we don't want to accept that it's on our side too. You know, black people can be just as corrupted as white people, and people don't like to hear that truth. That is the truth. But I'll take this opportunity to get with brothers who not think the same way I think, but we think similar of how we could get something started. The system don't work for me. The system ain't set up for me. So why am I going to rely on it? Right? My life ain't no easier. It's no easier for me, for anybody else. I choose to make a choice. And in making that choice, I had to decide what type of people am I going to be around. Hang around 9 broke people, you're going to be number 10. So I had to make some hard decisions. No, you don't inflict more pain to teach somebody something. That's not how it works. No, but if you hurt me, I'm gonna move on. And I'm going to start my own. It's time for us to start our own. We save everybody business. We save everybody incorporation. We save everybody this, everybody that. And we ain't started nothing of our own. And we still crying and complaining when they had people from slavery on, from the beginning of time on. Pharaoh took the straw from the people when they were making bricks because he thought that were going to stop them. They still succeeded. If you go throughout the word, man, we would never stop. There was nothing we failed at that we put our hands to. The only thing we failed at is when we didn't work hard to do what needs to be done. It's not going to be easy.
30 seconds.
That's all I have. It's not going to be easy, except that we got a fight ahead of us.
Yeah. Yeah. Good deal. Good deal. Badger, talk to me, brother. Cassandra, coming to you next.
So I've been keeping track of this for a while. I don't even know if people also realize that there was an executive order to get rid of all regulations for AI. And that Amazon, Ford, and other companies were, even Elon Musk was letting people go prior to all this happening and going down. Use of more robots, use of more AI, call centers are using AI more, and so on and so on. So a lot of these executive orders didn't really take me by surprise, because if they want to continue not using human beings, you get rid of DEI and everything else to get people to react and fight because they don't like us getting along, and replace them. It's not going to matter what you look like. They're gonna get rid of people. And one of the things that I've sat here and listened to over the years, I was always curious. I've learned a lot about how things are handled differently, and it's been a privilege to learn. The different cultural things that happen and go on. But it's but I always have a tendency to, you know, agree with Donald and Leonard a lot, and it's going to affect all of us. And that's why when I said earlier about making sure how we react to the situation is going to make a huge difference. They really don't want us to get along. I don't know why. I mean, most folks don't even know you can hire an off-duty police officer or hire mercenaries and things to get rid of drug houses and drug problems in our communities. All it takes is the community to pitch in together to get rid of it. Why ain't people done that? It's man, it don't matter who it is. I've heard the blame game for so long, all across the board, every race, every class, to some way, shape, or
30,
form.
30 seconds.
And now we're sitting here blaming Trump, and I'm looking at the House and the Senate going, they're full of Republicans. They can overthrow every single executive order that he has written by doing 2/3 vote. And yet they haven't. And people would rather just throw Trump under the bus and go and just let all these other people do what they need to do or whatever they want to do. And it blows my mind how we are accountable for who has been put in the positions that they're in.
Good deal. Good deal. Got to keep it moving. Got to keep it moving. Cassandra Alexander Green, talk to me. Curtis, coming to you next.
Yeah, it is going to affect everybody, but let's just keep it 100 on this show. It is going to affect Black people. Diversity, equality, or equity and inclusion was about who? Black people. They wanted to help. Biden and all these others going back were trying to at least help a little bit, where they would not just not hire us because we're Black. Right now, they have these corporations, all of them billionaires and multi-billionaires that were sitting inside the inauguration ball and all that crap. These are people that have paid so that they would not have to be fair, so that they would not have to pay taxes, so they did not have to include who they don't want to include. And yes, we need to get together. We need to have our own. But right now, how do we help the poor? That's always my concern. How are we going to help? He's cutting programs social programs left and right that help the poor, that help the elderly. Guys, this stuff is serious. I've been saying it. I've been saying it, and my tune never changed. And y'all need to give him a chance. Give him a chance for what? To destroy us? Because that is his full intention. He is a white supremacist. He's a racist. That's why he has surrounded himself with nothing but multi-millionaire and billionaire racists. Never in the history of this country have you had that many non-qualified white folk that have the power and the money to do what they plan on doing when it comes to people of color. And right before my time is up, this weekend, a friend of mine works at a flea market, and their biggest customers are usually the Mexican community, right?
Yep.
Those people are staying away. The ones with money, with U.S. citizenship or in process of U.S. citizenship, as well as the ones that are not undocumented. What kind of foolishness is that? And they were picking up people that were U.S. citizens because of the color of their skin. Man, this stuff is serious. You're gonna arrest me, put me in handcuffs, and I'm a U.S. citizen because my skin is brown? You done lost your ever-loving mind.
Exactly. Curtis McNeil, talk to me, sir.
Look, listen, man. I'm telling you now. Come with that foolishness if you want to. Let me tell you, like Billy the Kid say, I'll make you famous. Because the truth be told, man, I'm so glad Cat back. Let me start there first. Welcome back, Cat, man. I've been asking for you, man. Let me just throw some things out here. Black folk been prepared. You got a handful of M. Scotts. You got a handful of Byron Donaldsons. You got a handful of Candace Owens. I can't remember that lady's name on that lady that worked for Fox. But you got a handful out here that is, in all reality, that is oppressing the majority. And that's probably because we as a people done gotten away from what our Nubian ancestors used to do with people like them. So it becomes obvious to me that we are just lost, man. We lost right now, man. We've been living under a tyrannical system for the last 400-500 years, man. We just a little lost right now. That's not the majority of us. The majority of us knew what we was doing when we went in that ballot box. When we went in that voting block, the majority of us knew what we was doing. We knew what we was voting for, and we knew what we was voting against. It's funny how, if you pay attention to the process of how they like to control the narrative, I'm going to land my plane right here. Right after the call, the first thing you heard was the narrative saying that Nat Pope let Kamala Harris down. We pushed back. Oh, hold on. Oh, what you mean? No. Let's look at the numbers. The reported numbers
from the non-biased non-biased regulatory services. Let's look at the numbers. All of a sudden, it went from never mind, man.
Wow.
All of a sudden, it went from it being black folks' fault to being Latinos' fault. From being Latinos' fault to being this fault.
Good deal. Got to keep it moving.
All of a sudden,
hold right there, Curtis. They're 3 minutes out, brother. We got to keep it moving. We got to keep the clock rolling. Keep the clock rolling. Let me go to Dr. J. Dr. J, we're talking about a lot of different things, but what do you think? What do you think the solution is? I like to get to a point where we actually talk about the solutions of the whole situation. The DEI is gone. He's gone away. He signed it away. A lot of companies are not honoring it. A lot of companies have said they're not going to honor it at all moving forward. What is the solution for us?
People like myself who's strong in what we believe, who believe that we're not losing, that we haven't lost, that we are, if not the greatest people that ever live, who resilient and just overcome. And I'm talking about us as a people, not myself, us as a people, have to get more educated. We have to deal more with people who are better educated and what needs to be done. And it takes voices like my own to become more educated, to deal with people that are educated, allow them to educate us so that we can make a difference. And I'm talking about start educating young people on things. The damage has been done. So it's people like me in my position who has to take the younger generation and start educating them and showing them, first of all, I can't teach you how to conquer something if I don't first teach you that you are a conqueror. You know, unfortunately, there are people my age that don't believe that they are a conqueror. It took me a long time to learn how to think positive about myself. So how can I think positive about a system or about the Black people if I'm struggling with knowing who I am as a Black man? So people like me need to be educated, need to be updated, need to be awakened so that we can learn. And in order to do that, I have to humble myself, get rid of the pride and say, okay, let me go sit somewhere and listen to somebody to teach me something that I don't know anything about. And be willing to listen versus giving my opinion, you know. And I think if we don't do that, man, we wasting time. That's how you fix it. You first educate. People perish for the lack of education. You know, and using platforms like this. And you know, as I tell you all the time, I don't need a platform. I have a platform, but I need something like this. This platform has educated me on so many things that I was not educated on. You know, so it's not the platform I'm looking for, it's the education that the platform brings. And the brother said something real key earlier. See, if you're a real fighter, if you really got some dog in you, some fight in you, you ain't sitting back telling folks what you're gonna do. You ain't sitting back telling folks how bad they is. Because if I'm gonna fight you, Raheem, I'm not about to build you up and tell you how bad you are.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, I'm not about to give you some props and let you know how bad you're doing me. No, because I'm not gonna win like that. You know,
that's good.
And that's just my way of thinking.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Cat, what is the solution? It's gone away. DEI.
Well,
go ahead.
Well, the solution is, if you may not like the solution, but the solution is to do for yourself. If you close down the market over here, I got to open up a market over there. I mean, people get upset, Raheem. Years ago, they used to get upset when they heard the Muslims and Elijah Muhammad, and everybody know I'm with Elijah Muhammad. I'm in the nation. When we talk about do for self, get our own, the white man's the devil. Oh, Lord, he grabs after us. Man, this America, man, we got a stake and we ain't going nowhere. we want to do this, and man, they had a problem with us. And then Malcolm came, and some of them came out the woodwork, kind of like what Malcolm said, bullet on the ballot, okay? But you still didn't get it because to do something for yourself requires getting a hickey on your head. Doing it for yourself may require you going to prison. Doing it for yourself may require you even getting killed. But if you want your poor life, the scripture say, he who seeks to keep his life shall lose it. And who is willing to give it shall live forevermore. We're scared. We're scared to get a hickey. Oh, Lord, we can't go for ourselves. White folks gonna come after us. Our great sister set out a 3,000 more. They only knew they were slaves. This is it, man. I'm sorry, y'all. Don't get mad at Donald Trump. Talk to God, because God permitted it. If you believe in God, you should ask him, why did you permit Donald Trump, Lord? So, hey, I love it. The answer to what you said, we got to do with everybody on here. I like what the gentleman just said. This guy, I would like what Pete said. We got, this is it. I'm sorry. We got to go for ourselves. And nobody can tell me, a grown man, what I can't do. Not Captain D. I'm not moved by, I'm moved by the word of God. Trust me. That is my playbook. And as long as I follow what God tells me to follow, I'm promised luxury, money, good home, friendship, and all walks of life. And God never failed in his promise. People lose everything in LA, and Job lost everything and his family. But Job never gave up God. He never cussed God. And what happened to Job? He got everything back and then some. I don't hear God too much in people
30 seconds.
who lose something. Put God in your life, Christians. Let's talk God, Muslims. Let the devil be the devil. Satan is a liar. Always has been. For you to trust him, that's your fault, not his. That's what I got to say.
Good deal, good deal. Leonard, what's the solution, Leonard? Do we have a solution?
It depends on what are you trying to fix?
Well, we're talking about
Most
this
people do, like I said, I don't pretend that people are not already doing what they need to do to survive. People are doing that. Now, whether they choose to do A, B, or C, that's them. I'm about the choice in the matter. As long as you have the choice, you have a choice. I believe you should. If you don't want to do nothing with the rest of your life, that's fine with me. I want you to have the choice to do that. If you want to live in the park for the rest of your life, just if that's what you choose, I'm good with that. Everybody don't want what everybody else wants. I don't know why our thinking isn't a lot further than it is on certain things. Now, one, I know the violent way to do things, but it doesn't work for the best. When people are talking about what you gonna now, you got to do what they gonna do. I'm trying to figure that out. What do you expect them to do? Anybody that has any knowledge of economies of scale will let you know that one, it don't matter what you're doing, you can't provide for everybody. So we have to look at it from a point of view. Do you want to be free or not? You have a right to participate in things as you see fit. It's not about forcing everybody to do the same thing just because they're black. We have the same enemy in common. That's what we should be uniting around. Our enemy. If we're going to fight anybody, we should be fighting the enemy. There are some people who want segregation. They want separate black for blacks and separate for whites. They believe that's the solution. And I'm just saying, I don't necessarily agree, but you do have to understand what's there instead of making something up. We had a whole group of individuals who said, you know what? We need to integrate. Integration has proven to be far better than where we came from. No other folks have presented a plan large enough to satisfy the majority of African Americans here. I heard somebody mention Mississippi. Mississippi just happens to be the state that has the most blacks in it. And we know why that probably is, because of the history and the legacy of Mississippi, where these other states who have once separate courts and separate this and separate that we all supposed to live here together. How do you stay united? Or do you become fractured like other countries?
Good deal, good deal. Let's keep this thing going. Toussaint, what's on your heart, brother?
Those are people wouldn't dare come to Mississippi. Don't want no parts of it. Wow. No. I love it here. No, I don't. I take that back. I stand on my own. I ain't studying these folks. I do what I do. And I be who I am. I say what I'm going to say when I want to say what I want to say. I act like I want to act. But you know what? In all that, there are some people that don't think like me. There are some people that no matter how hard you try to look out for yourself and encourage others to look out for themselves, you still have the strong that are attempting to bear the infirmities of the weak that don't want nothing. I want to say that somewhere again in the back, for people in the back, because there are some people, unfortunately, they don't want nothing. And that's a concern. There are some people, they'll enjoy their money and they want to borrow yours. That I used the word the other day, and I'm going to stick with that word, superficial spirituality. They ain't spiritual at all. Worldly. They got a form of godliness. Ain't no power in it though. And that's a concern, because if you're not real about yourself, you're gonna be in trouble. So I heard somebody one day talk about pick yourself up by your bootstrap. I'm going out barefooted. Where I'm gonna start at. So in all, it's okay that people got the ones that may have their mind together. But when people don't have their minds together, not only are they going to be hurting themselves, they're going to hurt you.
Yeah.
And that's a concern. I'm just saying. And I'm just like everybody else. I'll be locked and loaded.
Yeah.
But, hey, I don't know. I just hate to see a lot of senseless bloodshed, but unfortunately it's coming. I'll believe that. I don't know. Might be wrong.
Wow. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. You're listening to DKM Media Group and Associates, and this is The Morning Glow. We're here every day, Monday through Friday, from 7 o'clock until 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you continue to share, like, subscribe, and all that fancy stuff. Let me go right now to Kurt. Kurt, what's on your heart, brother? Cassandra, then Badger. Kurt?
Yeah, I'm right here, Ryan. I have to hit the mute button.
Okay, what's your solution, brother?
It's rather simple, man. All we collectively have to do, and then you know what? I'm not even. We don't have to be 100% with this one. All we have to do is stop spending our money, man. This man has shown you. He is a clear representation of what the majority or a large percentage of his people think. They think money is everything. They think riches is everything. They think because you have a certain amount of wealth, you have the honor and the privilege and the purpose to exploit, denigrate, push people out, whatever, discriminate, all that. Stop spending your money. So what have I been doing? You know, now when I go to the store, I'm going to Black-owned stores. That's just what it is. I'm going to Black-owned stores where I know the owners are representatives of addressing the issues of our community. I've been looking at Greenwood because I want to see just how reputable they are, and if they're doing things on the up and up. I'm going to change my bank accounts. Listen, man, if you don't want me in this community, don't expect for me to play a part of this community. Don't expect for me to add into this community. If you don't want me here, matter of fact, you can send me home. I'm hoping I'm one of them people that get deported, because you know we can get deported too, you know. I don't know why black folk walk around here acting like they can't get deported with the Mexicans. No, we can get deported too. Especially those of us who are direct descendants of slaves. I am one of those people.
Wow.
So, listen, man. It's time for us to take our money and go somewhere. It's time for Black Wall Street to come back. It's time for Greenwood to come back. It's time for us to take our money and go somewhere else.
30 seconds.
Or go home.
Why has it taken so long for it to come back? Black Wall Street and different things of that nature.
You asking me that?
Yes.
You got to understand, okay, in order to understand what's going on, you got to understand psychological warfare. You got to understand it, man. And people act like they don't want to pay no attention, but it really listen. It told you everything. It told you that this conceived practice will at least give you 400 years of servitude. If you want it longer than that, then you must repatriate what is going on. Excuse me, I'm a little lost this morning. I'm on my meds. But you must reimpose the exact same methods that I have laid out for you in this book.
Good deal. Let's keep this thing going. Cassandra Alexander Green, why do you think it's been so long? What do you say to the mindset of some people that say, ain't no need building no Wall Street? We did it, Black Wall Street. We did it one time. They burned it down to the ground. They ain't gonna do nothing but burn it down again. I mean, that's a defeated type attitude or mindset. But what do you say to that person?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even trying to talk to people that don't believe that we should have our own. I believe that. I do believe, like Leonard, that we should be able to live in the neighborhood with white folks if we want to live in a neighborhood with white folks, if you want to, because you can't tell them where to move into. So I do believe that people that want to live in our neighborhoods, then they should be able to. But gentrification has, like, Atlanta is not the great Black Mecca. It was at one time. It's not anymore. So we have to have the power, the money power. We have to have money in order to make the changes that we need to make. If we need to have our own communities, we have to have money to buy the properties, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, that's the only way we go get them, unless we do what they do, just kill off everybody and take it or whatever. And which, I don't want it to sound like we're just saying let's wage war against them. But The enemy to my people is the enemy to me. That's my bottom line. The enemy to my people, you're enemy to me, and I don't care who you are. So we have to have, if we're coming together to build something, we have to be willing to put our money where our mouth is. I guess that's sort of that in a nutshell for me. We have to be able to put our money where our mouth is. And I'm looking into some of the black banks that are available to us, because the way it's heading now, I don't know what they're going to do when it comes to our banking and stuff. Anything may happen. And someone had recommended that we start taking our money out of some of these banks and investing them into our black banks. And I'm one of those people that I believe that's one of the things we have to do, because we have to have money in order to build our communities, in order to farm, buy farmland, work farm. It has to be done. You know, there's nothing else to say about that. It's going to take money.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Good deal. Badger, talk to me.
And there's a lot going on. And when you're talking about solutions and things like that, I'm a firm believer that we're all going to have to get along. You know, I just shared a thing where the birthright citizenship and how it's going to affect Native Americans. So there's a fight about that happening right now too. So it's the things that are happening and the things that have been happening over the last 12 years has all been a part of their plan. And there are those of us that fight really hard in our communities, trying, working hard to create programs, to create, to break stigmas, to bring racial awareness, and all kinds of things. We're out here fighting hard, and the craziest part is how many people on all sides don't refuse to get involved. I see a whole lot of people talk, but their actions rarely match. And that's something that, to bring about change, we have to come together. When we come together, we can do petitions, we can do all kinds of things at our local level, and even get it heard all the way at the highest level. Those that really know me know how hard I fight for disability rights and breaking stigmas. I fight on the racial, I fight on behalf of veterans, all kinds of things. I am a very active individual. Gone toe to toe with some of the Aryan Brotherhood and the KKK in my area, to the point where they even threatened my life, and I just laughed in their face. So I get tired of words, because I'm more worried about what are you doing as an action. Yes, there are those people that are good with words. Like, don't get me wrong, that is something that they're good at. A lot of times they end up in positions or jobs where they predominantly just talk. Yet, what are the resources? Let's get together. Let's pool our money together to create these programs. Want to get rid of crime on the street? Let's hire some off-duty cops. Let's work together. Let's create, a task force. All these things are possible in our communities, but it takes people
30
working
seconds.
together. As a white-skinned person that is a half-blood, I'm not going to understand the racial struggles that a darker skinned person goes through. Be it Hispanic, Black, Indian. I'm not talking about Native American. I'm talking about those from India, and so on and so on. I'm not going to understand that, because that's not the color of skin I have. But I can tell you this much: when I do Native American prayers and have people tell me to fire me at Walmart because I'm not Christian, that's a whole nother topic to talk about. So if we
Gotta keep it
don't
going.
come together, the solution is not going to happen.
Good deal. K with an E, good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Vaughn and everyone else.
Hey, doing good, doing good. You got 3 minutes, sis. I know you've been listening for a minute. What's on your heart?
No, I just get 3 minutes.
Everybody. We on the time of the morning.
No, I don't even know what y'all talking about. You talking about I've been listening. Well, you know what? What I have been hearing is, like, I just heard Badger say, they got a plan and they've been their plan for 10 years. So if we know they got a plan, what's our plan?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me tell y'all. I have a friend, she done bought a cow. She called and said, hey, you want to go in with me on this cow? Because we're going to need this cow. So we started preparing ourselves so that we don't be needing and wanting and wishing.
Mm-hmm.
We prayed and we let the good Lord lead us and direct us because that's our leader and that's our director. And we prayed and that's what we did. And I told my babies, y'all better be prepared and y'all better be ready because we don't know what the outcome going to be.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know it. Like we don't know our day and time and all of that. We don't know none of this. Mm-hmm. We didn't create it. We're just here. So you have to pray. The path he designed for you ain't that path.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know you living right and you doing right, of course we're going to have struggles because we have them too. The difference is when we have struggles and they have struggles, God carry us through our struggles because he got us. People have struggles and they really have a struggle. You ever try to help somebody in a struggle and you couldn't even help them because it wasn't meant for you to help them? God put them through a struggle so they could see the light. They can't see the light if we keep helping them. So I didn't have people I couldn't help. And then I sat back and realized it. The preacher preached on it yesterday. 5 people we cannot help because we ain't designed to help everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't designed to go through a struggle. So, yeah, they got a plan. Kay got a plan, too. When they start making their plans, I start making my plan. My mama prepared us for all of this. She said, you keep on living. You ain't seen nothing yet. So we keep on living and we ain't seen nothing yet. Stay prayed up, baby.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 305 area code. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Good morning. I'm calling from Florida.
Okay. Good morning. What's your name?
My name is Gabrielle Wright.
Hey, Gabrielle. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's a pleasure to be on the Morning Glow.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Hi to everyone.
Good morning to you as well. What are you hearing right now? And what do you think this look? We're talking about the DEI, and it's gone away. It's been written off. And a lot of companies are saying they're not going to honor it anymore moving forward. They're getting away with it. What is the solution? What should we do in this day and time to combat that?
Well, I'm so glad that you asked, and that's why I called in. And I just want to, I know everybody has 3 minutes. I'm quite sure I can wrap it up in 3 minutes. And I just want to say that it's already in us, Raheem. God has built in us success as a Black individual. And yes, by my accent, you could tell that I originally was not from this country, but I do have citizenship. And when I came here, I came to this country 4.5 months pregnant with an 18-month-old daughter. My oldest daughter was 4 years old, going on 5. And when I came here and I looked and I stepped foot in America, I was hearing this and that, the crime rate, rapists and murder. And I said, there's rapists everywhere, in every place. When I came here with $10 in my pocket. Today I'm a millionaire because I got a couple of $10 right now in my purse.
Mm-hmm.
It is built in us. I started working. I said, look here, I came here. I'm going to tell you the truth. I paid my taxes even when I was undocumented. I had to feed my children. And my sister said to me, you are clean fanatic. I started putting out flyers because I know my children have to eat. I didn't go on welfare, didn't seek out none of those status. I went to work and I worked. I put out flyers. And when I worked for white people, mostly Jew. I told them straight up, I don't have any documentation. They say, oh, these jokers around here don't want to work. I went from being broke, I'm up to making $50,000 working for myself. My kids were small. I employed my kids, them. I sat down and we talked from the country that I came from. We talked to our children. We educate them on the system of America. And we say you can do it. Buy property. As a single woman, I bought properties. I have properties in Texas. I won't say how much acres, but even 5 or 10 is a lot. I have property that I bought even when I resigned and retired from that to do what God has called me to do. Working $10 an hour, I bought properties. So why aren't we as Black people on the whole teaching our children, instead of buying Louis Vuitton bags, buy a piece of property? We could buy the world if we are taught to do that. Okay, we have some of our sons and our nephew, our family selling drugs. Instead of we call them in together and say, okay, you already made enough money on the street. Let us open up a business. We are spending money on here, billions of dollars as Black women on here. Why aren't somebody, they are not opening? We can open banks, but you know what? How the white man know they can overpower us? Everybody won't be in charge. Okay, let one person be in charge. Get a board of directors and get to work. We can do it together. We are better together. Believe in yourself.
Yes.
And believe in God. God is able to deliver us. And when I came here broke, barefoot and pregnant, I relied on God.
Yes.
We can do all things through Christ Jesus, Rahim, who has strengthened us. God is for all us, whether we acknowledge we are Christian, whatever religion. Every religion is built on God. We just got to know that. So I am saying, as a Black people, we got to get together. And I heard somebody teach each one, reach one. Teach your niece, teach your nephew. And I can say today, all of my children, because they were taught to be self-sufficient. I told my kids, I will not take care of you. My kids don't call the ball a dime. I'm not giving you a dime. I came to America broke and barefoot and pregnant. I accomplished all these things. I didn't have nobody husband. I didn't sleep around. I put my fingers to the bone at the age of 31. And I worked hard in this country and built up a reputation. And we can do it. Teach our children to work.
Good deal.
We can do it. Honest work.
Good deal.
That's my thought.
Absolutely.
Thank you for hearing me on this thing.
Thank you. I appreciate you, sis. I appreciate you. What up?
Good morning, Raheem.
Good morning, young lady.
Morning, flow.
Good to have you back. Good to have you back, sis. We're talking about the DEA and how they stopped it and
D.E.I. right
DEI, yeah, DEI. Lord, I'm talking about DEA. Lord Jesus, they might be listening to it. They might be listening to it. DEI. They might be DEA might be listening to it this morning. I'm just saying. Maybe it wasn't a mistake. But anyway, talking about the DEI and how Trump has written it off, and a lot of companies are not honoring it any longer. What do you think about that?
Well, you know, they had that's just another department of the government when they tried to fight affirmative action for those that are mistreated. But you know, they also got EEOC, which is, to me, is the same thing. But I'm like that lady right there, that lady that just left off the line. You know, I don't worry about what man do, Raheem. I really don't. Because when you believe and you trust in God, when he closed some doors, he opened up some. Sometimes you got to do some things that makes you leave a place that you feel comfortable in and you shouldn't be there. So, you know, Raheem, I'm just in a place where I just trust God, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And I've trusted God through the decision that he's made for me and my life. I just got to do what he tells me to do. Knowledge is the key. Come on now. Knowledge is the key to it all. When you don't have any knowledge about anything, then you cannot do anything to help anything or anybody. So you have to have knowledge of what she said, opening up a business, knowledge of telling the next generation about finances, knowledge about teaching your young men and your young ladies how to be young men and young ladies. So knowledge is the key to it all. And the priority of it all is you got to just trust God. Trust God through it all. And believe by faith, allowing your faith to grow. So you know where I am with that, Raheem. It is what it is. And that's what's on my heart.
With the whole minute to spare. Lord, you did good. You did good.
Oh, for sure. For sure, Raheem. You ain't gonna get me.
I see. let's keep this thing going, brother Pete. Jay, coming to you next. Pete, talk to me, brother.
2025, they got a book, read it, comprehend it, so you understand the plays. That's the plays they run it. 2030 plan, read about that one, understand it. They say you'll own nothing, you'll be happy. Go to the grocery store, and whatever, for the most part, we buy that's commercially made has something in it that's not healthy for you, can result in you having sickness or disease and or eventually death. So what nation would even allow its citizenry, its people, to consume products that they know have elements in them that are restricted around the world, but are openly supplied within their own demographic? They're trying to kill you. So why are we acting like we're not aware of this? What's really going on? We have to sober up. We have to stop being diverted by foolishness and things that don't matter.
Wow.
Somebody said comfort zone. We've been comfortable too long. You've actually been in an uncomfortable position, but you've been pacifying yourself. Take the pacifier out your mouth.
Wow.
Accept your reality that's in front of you and do all that you can. Many things have been mentioned. There's been plans mentioned ever since we've been over here as an ethnic group that we can remember. Or more importantly, since they've been over here, there's been plans mentioned. Do something. Figure it out. You better figure out something. Because the reality is exactly real right in front of your face.
Yes.
Diabetes is real. It's rampant in this country. Heart attack, stroke, cancer. A lot of it's coming straight from what we consume in the food. It's a reality. And it's coming for everybody. I said you will own nothing and you'll be happy. COVID, the jab, the thing was about what? Diminishing the population. You think they're playing with you? That was global. You think they're playing with you? We still playing games and, Uno and Monopoly, and we thinking this is a game? You're living in a game then. You're an object and a prop in a game. Hopefully you're a winning prop. Because if not, then you're a losing prop. All right? There it is. That's all I got to say.
Good deal. Good deal. Jay, talk to me, brother. Cap, coming to you next.
It was simple. The brother said it, and Kay said it. Gabrielle said it. When they don't feed you, they'll stress you, and that's just the way I see this system, man. Is they trying to stress you out. They want you to walk in fear. They want you to stress. If they can't poison you, then they'll stress you out. And only the strong survive. We're resilient. Might not be the best analogy, but we like rats. Keep trying you, but you can't get rid of us. We're gonna be here. And not only we're gonna be here, we're going to succeed. I was gonna ask you, I didn't have much time. I was gonna ask you, and I know what it is. I was gonna ask you about the Willie Lynch law and who was he and this, that, and the other. All he did was practice a principle. Right? And that's where we get to where we at, right?
Yep.
But what if we had a principle? Because a principle is a principle.
Yeah.
And we practice a principle. So this is why I say I don't blame anybody for my mishaps or my failures but me. I'm sitting here, I'm listening, I feel convicted because I've been complaining about some stuff that really on here, I done found out, man, your biggest problem, the enemy, the one in me is the one that's holding me up. And sometimes we could teach it, we could preach it, we could tell people, we could show people and everything else, but are you living by your own laws? Are you living by the fruit of your own mouth? Again, it's not easy for any of us, but that's what makes us us, So I just feel like I'm taking what I'm hearing, I'm listening, and I'm applying. You don't determine whether or not I'm successful. I do.
Exactly. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Cap, talk to me, Cap.
Well, one of the things, my dear brother, I like what the brother just said, and I like what the brother said about coming on this platform. And that's what you give us, Raheem. You give us those who are on this line the opportunity to express our thoughts, our concerns. You give us opportunity, those who like politics, to express their political view on things. You give those who are religious to express their religious understanding. I love that. And all of us is not going to agree with everything. But if you're a Christian show, and I know that's what you are, Brother Raheem.
Yes, sir.
Then we fall back to our Christian and religious beliefs at the end of the day. At the end of the day, when Sister Cassandra talked about she can move anywhere she wants to and integration, and I heard the doc, then it said integration did more. Yeah, okay. But we was moving in their neighborhoods. We was moving to sleep in their hotels. Sure, it was easy when they had already built it up. We didn't bring nothing to the table, but are willing to live in their neighborhood. They wasn't quick to move in ours. And when the integration doors was open, I didn't see a large migration of white people moving in the black neighborhood. If they did, I'm sorry, I missed it. So we want to take limit the road of the easy resistance. I understand that. We don't want to fight physically. But America wouldn't have been America if there wasn't no fight. America did not build the comforts that you enjoy individually because they were soft. They had to fight. Something that some of y'all ain't willing to do. You don't want to fight. You good, loving, peaceful, love everybody. I can dig it. But you're going to see violence like you never seen violence come out of white people. Oh yeah, with that neighborhood. Then you're going to see the cross burning. You're going to be shocked. Then you're going to see get out of here. You're going to be shocked. But what happened? What happened? Everybody's tired of us not doing something for ourselves. Remember, Christians, only a mixed multitude left out of Egypt. Some stayed. Minute? Who stayed? Why did they stay? I'm doing good. I've got a job. Well, I'm going to leave and go with Moses. I lose these people. Everybody didn't leave Egypt.
Yeah.
Because everybody wasn't doing bad in Egypt. Yes, there are some black people that have advanced under integration. But when I hear y'all talk about individually what you have accomplished. Never what we have accomplished. Never what we have accomplished. Because we are back here fighting and killing one another. We're talking about, oh Lord, they're going to stop this. What have we accomplished?
Good
nothing. Oh, it was a good day. You live what you want to, but we ain't got nothing. So I'm sorry.
And Cassandra, on that note,
separated or not. That's what time it is.
Exactly. And Cassandra Alexander Green, on that note, we're starting our own. We're starting our own. And I'm gonna give you 4 possibilities. And you tell me which one you would want to start with first, okay? Cassandra?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. We start our own community. Which one of these you gonna start it off with? A grocery store, a bank, a hospital, or a water company?
I would say a bank, because we'll need money to do all of the other things that you mentioned. So I would start with the bank, getting the money in the bank so that the bank can give the money out to the community projects like the water company, like the grocery store. So we're going to need money to do what we need to do. So I would say the bank.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
Good deal. Leonard, which one would you start with? You have four options here. You have a grocery store, a bank, hospital, or water company.
Raheem.
Yes.
That's my only.
They're your only 4 options.
I would just. Oh man, because I gotta have an army, Raheem.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I got to have an army.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's most important to me.
Mm-hmm.
Security. People talking about bloodshed and all. We've been killing each other. That ain't new.
Mm-hmm.
We used to killing.
Mm.
We so used to killing, it ain't even interesting no more.
Wow.
We do it casually. So it's not about people not wanting to do anything. You know, one of the biggest enterprises in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Sell dope. That's why we sold dope. Because that's what people was buying. Now, I do understand what people are saying, but to ask yourself this question: who can come stay with you?
Mm.
Who can come stay with you? So I understand unity on certain things, but I do believe in individual freedom. I prefer freedom for everybody. I'm willing to work with people that share that concept.
Amanada said a church.
Excuse me?
Amanada said that the thing that she would start is a church. She would start out with a church.
Great, and I would be for that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would be what she would want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So the notion that killing and all this stuff is new for us, it's not, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. I came in the early 70s.
Where you came from?
We've been killing. We've been killing, bro. We ain't got nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't got nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
We kill every day.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
We watched it. We lived through it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not about killing. It can't be. Or else we'd win.
Let's do ourselves. It ain't about killing ourselves.
Right. So killing ain't the answer. Bloodshed is not the answer. It may be necessary, but it's not the answer to our problem.
Okay. Good deal. Whoa!
Yeah, right here.
You got your grocery store, your bank, your hospital, or your water company. What you gonna start? What's the first thing you're gonna start in your community?
Well, the first thing that I would probably start with is the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because it has all the essentials that we need on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we accumulate the money, you definitely got to have a place to put it.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to have a place to start in order to build finances, in order to build cash, because the hospitals are taking. The hospitals are taking.
Mm-hmm.
They charge $25 for aspirin. But grocery stores, we utilize those every day. I mean, even if we go grocery shopping on the weekend, we still go into a store every day. Mm-hmm. So I would say a grocery store is something that I would start with.
Okay.
And that's what's on my heart right here.
Good deal. Toussaint, which one you starting with, brother? Of the four, you got grocery store, a bank, hospital, or a water company?
Oh man, I would say a hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about their medicine, because that's killing you. Stop it. Use your own. And we got brilliant minds. And why would I want to start a bank? A bunch of people that's working from week to week.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why would I let you borrow and you don't pay back? Why would I do that? Why would I want to start a bank where people don't do nothing but spend? They don't put nothing in it. And if you don't put nothing in it, you can't get nothing out of it. So grocery store, yeah, that might be but for the most part, we some sick folks because you don't eat right. And don't use their medicine. grow it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you like weed anyway. Not eat it and drink it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, they got roots and all these other type of things that are healthy for you. Just change your diet, but hospital, because you're going to have to get these sick folks well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I don't have to be right.
Mm-hmm.
But you gave me limited options, but I know one thing. How you going to come to my grocery store and buy something? You're going to want something for free.
Preach, preacher.
And then water, well, is in the ground. I tell you that much.
Mm-hmm.
You got water. You walking on water right now.
Yeah.
All you water walking, all you water walkers. You've been walking on water and you still buying theirs.
I'm
just saying.
Good deal. Good deal. Good deal. Gabrielle, what do you say to that? Which one of the four are you selecting? Grocery store, bank, hospital, or a water company?
I would say really the community. I would love to work in the community because I love people, and I do believe that I have a perseverance spirit that I can draw. When I speak to people, they can feel that the love is genuine, and so I would speak to individuals, get and find out individually what type of help they want, and point them in that direction, and be accountable. Let them be accountable, and I'd be on top of them to make sure they do this, that they can educate themselves. It's just not me giving you the money. Here, take $20 and buy food. But teaching you your property, you can plant, okay? You can sew, open up a seamstress business. You can paint.
Okay.
All these gifts are in the community.
Okay, Ms.
Gabrielle. I would go back to my community.
Okay, let me ask you something now. If you had to pick between one of these four, either the grocery store, the bank, the hospital, or a water company, which one are you going to start with?
Well, I'll start with the hospital because yes, I definitely would be the hospital. It's never going to go out of business. It's never going to go out. And like I started and said, I am the medical field, and I love people, and we can help. And really, to tell you the truth, we need to do a hospital with just natural herbs. God said that's what He gave the plants. It's for the healing. And so the plants out there, they can heal. It's better. The medicine that is from the pharmacy, it tears up your stomach. I don't take medicine. For my age, I don't take medicine because I know it's not good for you. It's better we take herbs because the scripture tells us that that's what the medicine, the herbs is for, to heal our body. So I would start with the medicine and talk to people and let them know what is this for, and they can even grow it. So I would definitely start with a hospital. It's not going to go away.
Good deal. Good deal. Brother Pete, which one you starting with, brother? Which one of those four?
I'm thinking the bank, corral the money so we can do stuff with the purchases as well as investing. The second would be insurance, so we can, insure everything because insurance is in everything, and also invest. So those would probably be the two, the bank and then insurance.
Okay, the bank, then insurance.
Education, and then a hospital.
Okay.
And between that, arming yourself with a teeth.
Leonard said he had to start with the army.
Leonard is highly intelligent. Listen to him.
Leonard? You mean Leonard? You mean Leonard? Cap, what do you say? Which one of the four are you starting with?
Man, I like what Pete said. My man Leonard, I mean, he's head of the class today. I mean, he was talking nonsense at first. But, Leonard do that. Leonard do that. He got about 4 or 5 hats. He got sitting by him. Hard to tell what he's going to put on. And then if you get him cornered, he's going to put on his dark glasses and he's going to put on his Malcolm X fair. So, yeah, I like what Leonard said. But, first thing, family, is you have to teach the people that they're slaves. If you don't teach the people, they have no desire to understand what a supermarket is for.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't teach the people, they won't have no desire to know why we need a bank. Well, we need a bank. They got a bank. Well, why don't we go to that store?
Mm-hmm.
So I believe number one is education.
Yeah.
You've got to give our people a knowledge of themselves and tell them who they are and what they are. From the knowledge of themselves, you produce in them the need, the desire for want for themselves. That's what Mr. Muhammad got me. I didn't see the value of doing nothing for myself until he told me who I am. And now we got our own Muslim restaurant. He imported over 1 million tons of fish. We were beginning to open up bakeries. We had steak and cakes. Oh, look at the black Muslims. Why? Because he taught us. Now you need an army, like Lenin said, the fruit of Islam. You got to protect what you own.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why nobody run up on America, I like what Lenin said. The next day, the tech guy, well, once we get an army system, we may have a little scrap, a little fight. Somebody got to sew up the wound.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna say we're going to have a fight, but we need our own hospital.
Mm-hmm.
We need our own hospital.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I agree. Get yourself with education, a learning center. Then we teaching them the right food to eat, like my sister said. Now we need a store. Now we got to protect that store. Now we got to be able to get us a hospital because we may be eating the wrong food. And then after we show some sign of progress, let's go for the bank.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got to teach first. You've got to teach the people first. So the brother said, where there's no knowledge, the people perish.
Yeah.
Or they perish for the lack. Watch it, for the lack of knowledge.
30 seconds. Mm-hmm.
That's what's on my heart, right?
Good deal. Good deal. Curtis, which one you picking, brother? You got 4 to select from. You got your grocery store, you got your bank, you got your hospital, or your water company. Which one you going with, Kurt?
I'm going with the bank.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you why. Because the other 3 are all fueled by capital.
Mm-hmm.
The other 3 are all fueled by capital, even in its creation. Now, the good thing is the other 3 can become self-sufficient. But to actually start, you got to have a source of revenue.
Mm-hmm.
The bank is the easiest way to put source of revenue. Now, truth be told, we're thinking large. Because the truth be told, if you do some of the studies, for example, Black Wall Street started out small.
Mm-hmm.
The bank was a small bank. It was almost in somebody's house. Same as a hospital was in somebody's house. There was people who went and learned and got the knowledge and got the licenses that was needed to then do home health. So if mama got sick, we knew, oh, you need to send her to Miss Azali. Let Miss Azali go and take care of her and bounce her back. So all of these things start at a very, very, I guess you could say a micro level, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to need capital. If you start a bank can do away with, for example, overpriced housing. A bank can create low-income housing. A bank has that power, right? I would start a bank. But the truth be told, I would call folks to the table. Let's sit down, have a meeting, and draw up exactly how this thing is going to roll. What is the bank's responsibility? What is our responsibility to that bank? And what is that bank's responsibility to us and to the overall process?
Mm-hmm.
No, you're not going to come in here and set up no bank and then take everybody's money. Back in the day, the bank, the African-American bank was the loan shark. Because we couldn't go into banks and get loans. So we had to go to a loan shark.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the loan shark charging you interest rate that is crazy. Okay, now we starting our own community. If that's where we got to start at, hey, loan shark, no, you can't charge no more than $0.25.
Yeah.
Right now, you got people.
30 seconds.
Sometimes we get caught up in the conversation and we talk like black folks not trying. We are. We are trying, but they're moving the goalposts.
Mm-hmm.
The goalpost is now in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Prime example, I'm going to land my plane. We have people who are making six-figure salaries and living in their cars.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
The reason being is because, right here, I got to get this out. The reason being is because criteria, the new criteria set forward in terms of buying a home, in terms of renting a home, has changed.
Mm-hmm. Good deal.
A new criteria, just one, is in order for you to be able to rent this home or this apartment, you must make 3 times the amount of the rent per month.
Mm-hmm. Good deal. Good deal. Got to keep it moving, Curtis. Let me go to K with an E. K with an E. Which one of the 4 you selecting? You got your grocery store, you got your bank, you got your hospital, and you got your water company. Which one you going with?
Well, you know, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Don't none of them sound too good, too promising.
Mm-hmm.
Not if you know the industry. So I got to choose one, though, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
I guess I'll go with the grocery store.
Mm-hmm. Why so?
Yeah. Because it's not complicated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't got to worry about loaning nobody no money.
Mm-hmm.
All I got to do is keep it stocked and keep quality food and keep it at a reasonable price.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be okay and treat my employees right. I don't have to worry about it. And my uncle taught us to save our money at home.
Mm-hmm.
He said you only put enough money in the bank to pay your bills. He always taught us the government is watching you. So they're watching how much money you making, how much money you bringing in.
Mm-hmm.
And they can see all that because we put it in the bank.
Yeah.
He said, but you cash your check and you put it in your home. They don't know what you got at home.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend right now today, 2 of them. When I tell you he bought a house, 10,000 cash, he said, come on, ride with me. Why? Because he can trust me.
Mm-hmm.
Took me to his house and we counted that cash out and put the rest of it back in the box. And then he left me there. Oh, he got cameras everywhere, but I didn't know that. Just to see. He said, girl, you all right with me? I didn't even know what he was talking about until he told me.
Mm-hmm.
He had a whole room looked like a bank vault.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but money. I said, boy, you should be related to me. My uncle did that. He buried his money in coffee cans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And made sure, ain't nothing gonna eat your money up. He said, just put it away right.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle left this world with money banked out. Like my Aunt Naomi was just 50 rich, cash, because he taught her the same thing. You don't put your money in the bank. They keeping up with your money. Mm-hmm. Then you go get a loan and they ain't gonna give it to you. But they got your money for 50 years.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow.
So we raised different.
Mm-hmm. Good deal. Good deal. Badger, which one you selecting, brother?
I thought, man, I suppose bank.
Mm-hmm. Why so?
You know, there's because I feel that would be a really good opportunity as long as the greedy are kept out.
Mm-hmm. And how do you do that?
Holding people accountable.
How do you do that?
I don't know. Because I've come to learn when dealing with doing the work that I do, that is one of the hardest things to accomplish because most people don't even want to hold themselves accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Just straight up, they don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's always this excuse or this excuse or this excuse because they don't want to be accountable.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, when talking about this, it's how do you accomplish something that people have no interest in whatsoever?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what's the point? Sometimes I'm just going to be real. It's like we were talking about earlier. How do we stop a struggle that has been going on for so long that people spend more time blaming others than blaming themselves or holding themselves accountable? Like a lot of the struggles in the communities and things like that. How many actually do the groundwork versus blaming others? You know, how many people complain about what's going on in their local churches and actually, you know, the talk they talk a really mean game until they're face to face, and so on and so on. I mean, the examples are there across the board. It take it the amount of people that actually stand up versus the amount of people that run their mouth. There is such a number difference. It's insane.
Okay.
Like it really is. I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say disabled people need to die so they quit living off the government or these group or this group or that group and all these other things, but then they'll use you in a heartbeat. Like it's just the more we stay separated and don't work together and all that stuff, if you enjoy working for Satan, have fun. These topics always end up infuriating me because I'm so tired of folks saying one thing and their actions not matching. That seems to be way too consistent in our society.
Good deal. Jay, in this whole scheme of what we're talking about right now, building a community, everybody coming together and you picking whichever one you want to start with. I think a bigger picture would be something that should be more, that should be concentrated on a little more than even which one we start with, is how do we get people to line up? How do we get people to know and to understand that, we have to have a leader, and that is the leader, and we have to follow that particular leader, because in a situation like this, you're gonna have everybody that want to be the lead, but there can only really be one leader. How do we get people to buy into the idea that this is our leader, this is the person that we're going to follow?
It's like I always say to you, Raheem, when I click on that start button to be a part of your show, every title and position I have has to be put aside. This is the Raheem show. This ain't mine. There's so many times I want to interject and say something and give my opinion and this, that, and the other. It's not my show. So it works for me because I humble myself and I come under your tutelage. If I'm not the way I prosper from it, it's because I humble myself. You got different people on here for a reason. So I humble myself to be able to hear what is being said and what can I apply to my life? What can I take away from? It comes to a place of, again, humility. It don't make me less of a man. It makes me more of a man who understand order. And I have to humble myself and come under your tutelage or don't get on your program. And I think that's why, not I think, but that's why I get to benefit from it, regardless of what is being said, because I humble myself. I know what to take from it. I think the guy, Captain, said something very important. All the people in Israel, and Egypt, only a third left. Now, everybody had the right to leave and be free, but it was only a third that left, right? Again, we're trying to figure things out that has already been worked out. Even today, we're free, but not everybody see their freedom. When you gave the water, the choices about land, this, that, and the other, that is in the Bible as well. There's nothing new under the sun. Caleb had a daughter named Asa who wanted the Negab. She wanted the Negab because she wanted the water. She wanted to control the water around the island that she was on, right? Georgia, Florida, and Alabama is in a fight, and they've been in a fight for centuries, right? Well, not for centuries. They've been in a fight for generations, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Reason being, because whoever gets the water gets to control everything. Why do they want the water? For agricultural needs?
Yep.
For generation, to run generators and all. And I forget the third one. But again, if we're not educated, and see, sometimes we don't want to, we feel like, well, that's the Bible. The Bible lets you know, the Bible lets me know that, you know what, this thing is real. So he telling me up front what this fight is. Now it's up to me to read the word, get educated, but also talk and listen to brothers like yourself, like the brother Captain and Leonard and the other brothers. And now I can incorporate what I'm learning and apply it, and then teach other brothers. This thing is real. But Raheem, I don't become effective if I get so mad at them. I become distracted. Then I become more detrimental to my own people, because now I'm so mad at him. I'm gonna make an attempt to do him something or come at him a certain way. Now I'm distracted. I can't teach the young brothers now.
Good deal. Good deal. Got to keep this thing going. Let me go to Willa. Willa,
good morning, Ryan.
How
First of all, I want to tell Cap, I am so glad he's back on the line. I really missed him. I miss Cap.
Oh.
So I'm so happy to see this boy.
Miss you too, Will. Miss you too, sis.
Good deal.
But anyway, I'm so glad that I came after Dr. Daryl, because everything he said, man, was awesome. You know, especially the part about hearing and your leadership and how we should be as individuals, should be humbled and have humility about ourselves, because you know what? You gain something when you listen, because it's all about knowledge. You know, if you don't have that knowledge in life, you know, you are just stagnated. You know, you listen to others based on their opinions, and you don't really know if they're a fact or if they're just their opinion. So having knowledge is so important, that you take upon yourself to learn whatever any area to try to learn more about. I don't care what it is, but what he said was, man, I don't know if y'all got it, but it was phenomenal. Hearing life-changing events, life-changing things. And that's what I really enjoyed about his conversation. I hear him. And that's on my heart.
Good deal. Good deal. Cap, how do we get to the point where we select or elect a leader to lead us? Because we're building we building this whole tribe, if you will, and in building that tribe, you have to be a leader. You have to have somebody that's going to lead you and get you to that point. How do we pick a leader and walk with that leader to get to the victory?
Well, you know, I was that I was listening to that was saying that all of our people of color, leader always been a religious man. Yeah. There was somebody who was on the TikTok. It made very sense. He was saying, show me where white people pick their leaders to be religious. And I thought about that. I said, wow, that is true. Excuse me, I got that little K9, got a German Shepherd, boy, he just going to shut his mouth. Anyway, I guess he heard me talking, he got to talk.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, one of the things, Raheem, I would say, is that we should stick with that. I ain't mad at our leaders being religious, because they're God-centered. And as I say, that the Bible and the Quran, that's our playbook. We don't need a book of guidance. We don't need them to give us a book. We got a book. And the book is what was in the past, and the book guides us to the future. But we need preachers like Sister Willa and Brother Tucson, who not only preach us the book, but bring the understanding. That's the most important part. A modern interpretation of the book. They become our leaders. I would listen to Sister Willa before I listen to a lying preacher. I mean, lying politician.
Mm-hmm.
So I think our leaders should be spiritual men, moral women, moral people. If we don't pick leaders that have morals, we're in trouble. You're not going to take Donald. So pick leaders that have moral consciousness. Pick leaders that is God-centered.
Come on.
Pick leaders that obey God before they obey man. If we get those kind of leaders, how are we going to lose with the stuff we use? And Satan cannot win in the shape he's in. I'm through.
Good deal. Good deal. Captain Leonard, how do we get to that point, Leonard? How do we get to the point where we pick a leader and follow that leader?
Raheem, sometimes I think you really messing with me. You know that, right?
Yes, sir. It's a good thing.
Are you really just messing with me, right?
You gotta have a leader, man. How can you not have a leader?
I don't believe that people share the same opinion that I do of democracy. I'm very committed to what democracy should be. I'm really not interested in separatism. Because we have too many things as human beings to be concerned about that affect us all, that we really should be focusing our efforts on.
Is it separatism if we collectively come together and if we collectively come together and pick a leader? That's separatism?
No, y'all been dancing around this subject for all the time. Because I'm a part, or I consider myself a part of a community that wants to move forward together with everyone's best interest involved. And that leader can be a president. I like the idea of electing a president and things like that. So my goals are not far from where we're at right now. But it's the wicked that must be confronted. If you confront the wickedness of the matter, I think you get to the solution a lot faster, a lot more efficiently. But if everybody still believes that they the best and everybody has to bow down to them and you owe me this and you owe me that, we're going to still be deadlocked. And it's going to cause separatism. And you're going to enter into the same skirmishes that people were in before. And then someone says, okay, when you start thinking it out, then you start realizing, hey, that sounds just like what government is supposed to do. Because that's what it is. It's governance. I don't care all fancy words you use and you think it's something different. It's not different.
30 seconds.
It's your bias towards what is there that's good that's causing the issue.
Okay.
If you stop thinking you're just as insignificant as you believe you are, you become a lot better, and you start wanting to share more and actually establish what you would call community, not just a neighborhood.
So do you not think that there should be a leader?
Not in the sense that you say leader in, no. I think we have a great system of choosing a leader so far. Now, you say leader, I think, when you should be saying something else.
Nah, I meant leader, brother.
Well, no, leading what?
Well,
I'm fine with the president of the United States office.
But see what it is, we're actually starting anew. We're starting our own. And in order to start our own, I think that there should be somebody there that's going to have the vision and lead us to where we need to be. Collectively, we sit down, we talk about it, we discuss it, and find out who that individual would be, and we have a vote. Because we're starting our own now.
Well,
I understand. You know, it may fall back into the same ideology of like the president and stuff like that. But that's what you're doing. You're selecting somebody that's going to lead the troops to get them to where we need to be collectively as a whole. Badger, what do you say to that? How do we get to that point?
I mean, I made a post on Facebook about this. Folks say they follow God, says that God is their leader, but yet they still don't follow him. So in situations of talking about leadership, and there in a lot of ways I'm similar to Leonard on this, because I'm if you're starting anew and all that kind of stuff, and Cap mentioned, got to make sure the leader is an upstanding man, listens to God and all this stuff, and I'm sitting here going, a lot of people select Trump because Trump says he follows God, and he is pro-health, he's anti-gay, which a lot of people are against because the Bible says to be against it, and so on and so on. So what exactly are the qualifications, and what exactly are you expecting this leader to do that God isn't already capable of, when we can work together and have conversations? Why do we need someone else in charge to follow a man, and not follow God as a community, as a whole?
Hopefully, collectively as a whole, everybody is following God's lead. But I somewhere I read where it says, "Follow me as I follow Christ." And so my thing is, everybody, there have to be a leader, because if you don't have a leader or somebody that's pointing you in the right direction, it's going to be turmoil, it's going to be confusion, it's going to be all kind of stuff going on. Everybody going to be doing their own thing, and nothing is going to be accomplished. And so you have to have somebody that's going to put you in a situation, or place you in a situation where, okay, this is what we're going to. Okay, instead of us shooting all over the place, we're going to aim at that target right there. Let's all of us aim at that target right there. Let's take that target out, and then we'll aim at another target afterwards.
Here's a concept. Instead of a leader, let's do leaders. One person from each race that sits down, comes together as an equal whole. No, of course not.
That's how you feel. I don't agree with that, because now you got different people bringing different ideas into it, and you're gonna have confusion. If I don't agree with what Dr. J say, and now we got a conflict. Now Dr. J don't agree with what Leonard say. Now we got another conflict, and Leonard don't agree with Cap say. We got another conflict. Who's gonna make the determining factor? Who's gonna be the determining vote in that? Even with that, you got to have somebody that's gonna make the determining vote. You have to.
I don't already turn the table over.
Exactly. Exactly. See, and that's what confusion and chaos come into play. You can't have all these. You can't have 4 or 5 different leaders. You can't have 4 or 5 different leaders. So everybody, now at that point, now you want 4 or 5 different directions.
Then the United Nations shouldn't exist.
We're not talking about the United Nations, Badger. Okay, Kirk, what's on your heart, brother?
What's the question, Raheem? Because I feel like we done got away from the question.
No, we're talking about leader. How do we determine a leader? If we come together, we talking about we all said, some said the bank, some said different things that they're going to have to start the community, but we have to have a leader. How do we come together and elect a leader that's going to lead us to where we need to get to? Or do you think there has to be a leader?
Vote.
Do you think there need to be a leader?
How can we be believers and say that we don't need leadership?
Exactly.
How can we be believers in any? It's not specific to the Christian church. It's not specific to the Muslim mosque. It's not specific to the temple, to the synagogue for Jews. It's not specific to the temple for Hindus.
So like a president, huh?
If that's what you want to call it, I don't care what you call it. But somebody has to, like Raheem said, somebody has to have the transformational ability to lead
This is the only way it's going to work. Your leader has to be transformational. He cannot be transactional.
Exactly.
We have a transactional leader right now that's ready to completely destroy America as a whole. Black folk, white folk, Chinese folk, I don't care what color you are, black, white, or candy stripe. What you know in existence that will push you further in your life is going to be destroyed. Most of us work in jobs that can be replaced by robots. Most of us ain't took the time to think about the main person putting out robots is sitting right next to the dude that you have picked as a leader who is transactional, which means that guess what? He has a price. I go in the store, I buy a bag of chips and a soda. The dude tell me that it's $3.49. I go into my pocket, I pull out $3.49. I pay him $3.49. He gives me the chips and the soda. That is a transaction. He has a price. I met his price. You got to have a leader. You cannot move with something. You know what? Matter of fact, you all are the perfect example. Y'all folks right there in Georgia, y'all the perfect example. All them folks went down there and bought that town. They all put their money in to buy that town. But they didn't take care of the necessary proclamations that needed to be taken care of, which is, okay, who is standing in front of all 400 and something odd people? Who's in front? Who's in front? We can't fit all 400 of y'all in this meeting. Somebody has to come in this meeting.
Exactly.
It sounds like government to me.
Oh my God. Even if it is government, there's nothing wrong with government. The Nubians had government. The Nubians had a system of government. The question is, are we going to take the time to root out those that do not make decisions that support the community as a whole? Or are we going to allow for those to set in positions of leadership who only make decisions that benefit themselves? I'm going to read this right here. Let me read this real quick.
10 seconds, Chris.
We understand the short range planning economics. Periodic results in periodic economic chaos. So that to avoid turmoil in the economy, it requires us to have breadth and depth in long-range comprehensive planning, articulating both skill, sharp perceptions. Do you understand what that means?
What that mean?
What that means is, if you're going to do a transaction, such as the transaction we're doing, we have to go into it thinking long-term, not short-term, not what I'm going to get right now.
Good deal.
You got to go into it thinking long-term. You got to make plans that support the long-term plan. You got to make moves that support the long-term plan. Now, here's what's going to blow your
Kurt,
mind.
we got to go, man.
I got that
Kurt,
Raheem.
wrap it up, brother. We got to go. Got to keep moving. Wrap it up for me.
I'm ready to wrap it up right now. Guess where I got it from, Raheem?
What's that?
That's from the Willie Lynch letter, brother. I'll talk to y'all later, man.
Good. Cassandra?
Did he just drop the mic?
Yeah.
Drop the mic move?
I guess that's what that was. I guess that's what that was. I guess that's what it was. Cassandra Alexander Green, you there?
Yes, sir.
What do you say to this, Cassandra? Do we need a leader? Should there be a leader, or should we just be all over the place?
Absolutely. No. We need leaders. It's for the I think for any society or country to move forward as a unit, you need to have somebody at the head of that particular country or whatever.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we here in America have gotten idiot in place that is going to do a lot of harm, but it's by our vote. That's why if you are going to get a leader, if you're starting an independent, okay, so if I'm just assuming that if the Muslim community decided, hey, we're going to completely separate from the United States, I'm sure to start, they would probably have Minister Farrakhan at the head of that, move.
Absolutely.
And then he probably has someone in place that he thinks is good, or they may do a vote for it. I don't know how it would happen, but you need to have leadership in place. I am so disturbed that we have a leader that is not a leader, really, because he's being moved by what he wants to do and what's in his best interest and not what's in the best interest of the people of this country. And anybody can say anything they want. There is nothing you could do to convince me that this man has this country and its people in mind as far as the move that he's making. Nobody you cannot convince me of that. Everything that I'm seeing and hearing coming from this man sets people back instead of moving the country forward. So it's a sad day in this country. I've said this before. One of my grandsons has moved out of the country already. I have another one that's leaving in a few days, and it hurts me that they feel like they will never get a fair shake in this country. They'll never be able to live in peace in this country. That hurts me. That hurts me. But the leadership we have right now is going to send us on a downward spiral. It's already affecting millions of people in a negative way. And I believe that will continue to do that. So I'm concerned. I'm not anxious about anything, but I'm very concerned. And let me say this, because people get upset. I'm not like anybody else on here. And Jesus didn't have people that were all the same. So if I'm that loud warrior fighting type, please let me be who I am. And then we have people that are quiet and meek, and that's what they do. Let them do what they do. But I'm called to be a warrior, a female warrior. That's who I am. So just let me be me and do what I'm doing as God tells me. And then everybody else, y'all do you.
Good deal. Good deal. Toussaint, what do you say to that, brother? Do we need a leader, or do we need to just be free willy and be all over the place, willy nilly all over the place?
It makes absolutely no sense. Look, the leader that has a council of leaders that would have the interests of people. You know what that looks like, though?
What's that?
Diversity and inclusion. It kind of looks like that. It really does. That's why it's put in place, because you can't exclude anybody having your own agenda. If you do, you're looking for trouble. It might not be that way at the beginning, but somebody's going to raise their hand and say, what about me then? So you have to have somebody in place that would have somebody under them working for that person's best interest, even if you don't agree with it. How in the world am I a leader that only thinks about Christians? That makes absolutely no sense in a diverse society.
Amen.
It ain't all about you.
Yeah.
It's about us.
Exactly.
And then we function if we're going to even get by ourselves. You know that there are some people that don't think that everything has to be black and white. It's gray. So if you don't have that mindset, you and then if you don't listen to nobody, a leader that don't listen to nobody, that's a fool.
That is a fool.
I think at one time it says, and I put it on there, consider that ant.
You know what's so good about a hand? They work together.
Yes.
For a common goal.
Absolutely.
They ain't worried about who's leading. They just make sure it gets done before the winter.
Exactly. That's good. That's good. Brother Jay, talk to me, brother. What's on your heart?
I agree with him. I think that's the thing that makes this platform so great is that we all think different and we all are different. We see it from different views. That's the advantage I find in it, is because it shows me how to attack things from different perspectives and just the different thoughts, and being able to hear the wisdom of the different people. It really gives me an opportunity to plan better and what I plan to do and how I plan to do what is need to be done. So, you know, with all due respect, when people say we don't need a leader, then just have your kids or your grandkids running around the house and don't lead them, and watch what happened to you. You know, that is a great example of how important a leader is. And can I tell you, sometimes some of us suffered some things and learned to respect leadership because we had no respect for leadership, and we wish we had had somebody to lead us, and we wouldn't have had to deal with some of the foolishness we have to deal with. You know, so now I will find me a leader.
Exactly.
You know, but one that's going somewhere. Because if you run me into a wall one time, you won't be leading me no more.
No, no.
That's my take on it.
Man, you know, tore up my car. Lord Jesus, tore up my doggone car. Dr. Cook, what do you say to this? Do we need a leader, or should we be just willy-nilly?
Oh no, we need a leader. We need a leader. Everybody doesn't know how to operate certain things that needs to be done. So leaders are those people that know how to talk to people and show them the way and guide them. In order to be a good leader, you have to be a follower.
Yes.
And everybody doesn't understand everything. So that's the reason for a leader, to guide us, because we may not understand or know which route we need to take.
Yeah.
And you have that good leader that's going to basically guide you and show you and teach you how to do what you need to do and where to go.
Good deal.
A leader is very important.
Very important. Absolutely. Absolutely. And on that note, we're about to get out of here. Anybody got some 30 seconds? Anybody got something for 30 seconds they want to say to what we've been talking about?
A lot of people have been to school for managing. And we have a lot of people in politics that are managers and not leaders. And I think that's how we get into trouble, is we put some folks in political power who really was a manager and not a leader. You could take a 5-year-old and let him manage. But to lead, a leader changes people's lives. You know, he bring about a change. So we got a political system full of managers and not leaders.
Good deal.
At least
Good deal.
that's my opinion of it.
Anybody else have anything before we get out of here?
Righteousness exalteth the nation, sin is a reproach to any people. When the wicked are mourn, the people mourn. The standard of righteousness has been moved so far from righteous into this unidentifiably wicked and wrong.
Wow. Anybody else?
I think, Raheem, that we need to be very clear. I'm saying we need spiritual leaders, not religious leaders. There's a difference between religion and being spiritual. Spiritual, universal. So if you got a spiritual leader who's universal, that means all people. You got a preacher or a religious person, then you know you're getting excluded. And I just really thank everybody on this show. Man, it's good to be back on this show.
Good to have
I've learned from everybody. I'm telling you, even if you said something I disagree, I learned from it. And I try to take the best out of what everybody say and apply it.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Raheem, for giving me this opportunity to express myself.
Thank you. Thank you for coming, brother. Definitely thank you for coming. And look here. You back now, so we looking for you. You back now, so we looking for you. Anybody?
Y'all say nothing to me. That's because I was on another line though, talking to some people. It's funny y'all talking about the spiritual leader stuff. I'm with the spiritual leader because they work in God's agenda. That's all I want to say.
Good deal. Good deal. And with that being said, anybody gonna say, Willow, you got anything else on your heart, Willow? Hold on now.
No, everybody has said some wonderful statements, and I just totally agree with what everybody said. You can learn something from everybody.
Exactly.
And that's what's on my heart, Raheem, if you listen.
Good deal. If you just listen. Absolutely. Absolutely. Willow, are you ready for this pledge?
Yes, sir.
All right, come on now. You missed the pledge a few days, so we want to hear you loud and proud and up front, Willow. All right, here we go, y'all. Repeat after me. I will take this day.
I will take this day.
I will take this day
and be the best that I can be.
And be the best that I can be.
I can be.
Do the best that I can.
Do the best that I can.
And help as many people as I can to do the same thing.
And help as many people as I can to do the same thing.
I promise to do this with love.
I promise to do this with love.
Compassion. And the grace of God.
And the grace of God.
Giving him all the honor.
Giving him all the honor.
All the praise. And all of the glory.
And all of the glory.
In the name of my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
In the name of my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Amen, amen, and amen. Cassandra Alexander Green, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Cassandra, somebody joined this broadcast late. 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, even 9:30. And they say, man, they had a good conversation today. I wish, Lord, I wish that there was a way that I could hear the broadcast and hear it in its entirety. Cassandra, you might got some news for them.
I have some good news for them. If you have missed any part of the show and would like to see or hear it in its entirety, tune into dkmmediagroup.com at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once again, if you've missed any part of the show and would like to see or hear it in its entirety, tune into dkmmediagroup.com at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
She do it so well. She do that so well. We miss Cassandra when she ain't here because she do it so well. She do it. Willow!
Raheem!
I just want to know, are you ready, Willow?
Man, Raheem, I got up ready this morning. Come on, Raheem. Let's go.
Well, Willow, since you say it like that and you say it with so much, you put so much emphasis on it, I believe you're ready. So I ain't got one more thing to say to you, Willow. And that is, Willow May. Willow May! Let's go! How about that?
I'm ready, Raheem. Activate. Let's go. Amen. Amen. Don't go with me to the throne of grace this morning. Father, this just a little thing. Coming to your throne this morning just to say thank you. Thank you, Lord. And Father, if there's been anything that I've said, that I've done, that I've told, has been displeasing to you in your eyesight, Father, I'm asking for forgiveness. Father, I thank you for so much of all the things that you do in our lives, Lord. Father, thank you for being our protector and our guider, Lord. Father, we plead the blood of Jesus over all our lives, Lord, because we know that you orchestrate those things. You plan, you give us wisdom and guidance. Lord, we just thank you. Father, thank you for lining us up with your will, Lord. Father, thank you for giving us permission to have our own will to decide whose report we will believe. And Father, we seek you. We seek out you, oh Lord, because we know that you are the truth. We love you, Lord. We honor you, and we praise your word as we stand on your word. We stand on your word with confidence and boldness and expectation. Yes, Lord, that your word said that you will never leave us, nor will you forsake. And Father, we thank and honor you this morning. Father, I'm asking you to touch each and every last one that's on this line. Father, search their hearts. Father, whatever it is that they need or they're going through, Lord, Father, I'm asking that if it's not of you, I'm asking you to take it away, Lord. Father, set the path under their feet, Lord. Father, give them their assignment, Lord. Father, because we believe you train those you choose. And Father, we honor you today. Thank you for the morning glow. Thank you for Raheem and his family. Father, we give you the glory. Your son, Jesus' name. Amen, amen, amen. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Amen.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Praise God. I want to thank everybody for joining us. More than that, I want to thank you for allowing DK and Media Group and Associates and the Morning Glow for being a part of your day. It is now 10:20. You're about to exit the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us because we are certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. And we shine some of this light in from the Morning Glow. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in and let your light so shine. If you get an opportunity, give somebody some love. You just might find some love in return. Won't that be a beautiful thing? Have a great day. Take care of each other. And please, please, please be blessed. Give somebody some love and truth. They would appreciate it, and I'm sure that you would as well. Have a great day. Talk to you tomorrow morning, if God says the same. Have a great day, y'all. Love you. And please, if you don't do nothing else, be blessed.
Welcome to the stage where hearts unfold in the morning glow, stories untold. Let's paint with words, a masterpiece of art where dialogues bloom, igniting in every heart. Let's dive into the ocean of thoughts where waves of healing gently salt. Let's paint with words, a masterpiece of art where dialogues bloom, igniting every heart. Let's dive into the ocean of thoughts where waves of healing gently sought. Together we'll mend, stitch by stitch in the morning glow. Let's make the switch. A symphony of voices, harmonizing the air, echoing truth, banishing despair. Let's sow seeds of unity, watch them grow in this garden of hope under the morning glow. Let's bridge the gaps, erase the line in the tapestry of hearts. Let love shine. With every word, a step we take towards a brighter dawn for all our sake. Welcome to the morning glow, where dreams take flight in this realm of possibilities. Let's unite, together we stand, hand in hand, healing the nation across the land. Let's dive into the ocean of thoughts where waves of healing gently sought. Together we'll mend, stitch by stitch in the morning glow. Let's make the switch. Let's dive into the ocean of thoughts where waves of healing gently sought. Together we'll mend, stitch by stitch in the morning glow. Let's make the switch. Let's symphony of voices, harmonize